for a game one time, and I couldn't even run. Like, I stood up from spinning around the bat and fell right to the ground. So after doing that, I grew like a very strong appreciation for Dizzy Bat and seeing them get out there. There's some kids that run and hit that wiffle ball and it goes far. So kudos to them. It's a fun one.
I think just the different things that we do around the stadium that helps draw in fans is definitely a huge part of why this organization has success. And hopefully we can continue to climb up and up from there and eventually be one of those top teams that has unique fan bases that everyone wants to come to.
While the fan experience stayed sharp, full stands, smooth operations, energy in the air, the game itself didn't always follow the script. June brought its own rhythm, and it wasn't in the Cardinals' favor. What came easy in May now took grit. Mistakes crept in. Wins were harder to lock down. The season wasn't slipping, but it was starting to push back.
And that's the ball game. The Barnstormers are victorious. And the Welland Jackfish hang on to a 9-6 win. The Guelph Royals will win this one 6-2.
The Welland Jackfish pick up the impressive victory by an 11-0 score tonight.
June was a bumpy start for us for sure. But if you're somebody who thinks you're going to go win every single game in a year, you're crazy, right? That's unrealistic. Teams kind of get cold for a bit, they get hot for a bit. That's part of the game. And so, yeah, it was a bumpy start, and I think we all knew the potential we had to be good, It was just a matter of finding our groove again.
Obviously, after a loss, it's pretty somber and quiet in the clubhouse. But, you just got to remember, it's baseball. It's a game of failure. You're supposed to fail. Obviously, you don't want to fail in the wins and losses column. You want to keep that to, more on the field. The biggest thing is just sticking with it, trusting the end goal. Obviously, baseball can be a streaky game. You can go 4 for 4 with 4 home runs one weekend or one game, and then, the next game you're 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. But yeah, just keep going. If you, put your tail between your legs and think everything's over with that season, you're speaking it into existence. So you just gotta keep playing hard. Keep playing hard.
Let's go. They ain't nothing now. They ain't nothing.
Obviously losing sucks, and when you lose big games at home, especially when you have all these fans here, it's not a very good feeling. And as much as some guys wouldn't want to go sign stuff for kids, but it's like they show up to a lot of our games, man, and they look up to us. So it's us being the leaders and the examples of like, hey, we're gonna do whatever we can to help win you guys ball games if you guys keep coming out. I love doing that. I know I was that kid when I was younger at Vancouver Canadians games when I was younger, trying to get everything signed. So, it's being in their shoes in that situation, even after we lose a big game, that's like, hey, I want to give back. And, because these kids looked up to us, man. They're heroes and rock stars. So it's kind of a cool feeling. Obviously it's better after wins, but, I try to sign as much stuff as I can for sure.
I'm very appreciative of everybody that comes. And yeah, win or loss, whether I strike out 4 times or hit 4 home runs, I'm going to go over there and sign as many things as I need to for the kids who are here, the people that are here, right? And a lot of the teams like that, whether you have a good or bad game, you see those people on your way out, you're going to stop, and that just shows. I think that speaks loudly to the people we have in our team, right? No matter how the game goes, like, we're going to make time for them and, make sure they have a good experience here.
They're the main reason that we're out here most of the time. Like, this is the reason this place, even exists, is, because we had a great owner that gave us a life to play, and then we have these guys that bought into us being here and wanting to come see us. So I feel like going out and seeing them after games is what is what it's about, more than just going out there and winning. Obviously, I want to represent these guys too and be out here and support them. So if I'm having I feel like it's kind of like a big family. If one family member's down, you got to go and pick them up, right? So at that point in time when we lose and they're out here, they're the family member coming to pick me up. And when we win, I'm out there to represent and support them, and now I'm trying to pick them up and have them be as happy as we are.
The Maple Leafs come back in the top of the 9th inning to win a wild back-and-forth ball game, Neil, by an 8-7 score.
Yeah, no one ever really wants to go on a losing streak like that, obviously. Going from, top 2-3 team in the league down to 5th pretty quick. It's not unmotivating, but to a certain extent it can be, hey, maybe we're not as good as we think, that sort of thing, stuff's running through guys' heads. But, at the end of the day, we kind of looked around the room and said, hey, we're fine. We got tons of games left in the year. We're going to push hard to get back to where we know what we can be at. We believed in each other from the beginning. So it's why would anything change?
It was more like, what are we going to do here to step past this barrier?
The Cardinals will fall to 6-4.
Cardinals dropped their 4th straight by a 6-2 score.
Cardinals fall back down to 500 at 9-9.
What do you say? What do you say? I don't know. I don't know what you say. God damn it, I don't know what to say anymore because we just have nothing. You look scared. You flatten out when something doesn't go your way, and they're running all over you. But I'm here to win, and if you're not here to win, get the out of here. Because I swear to God, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being here, trying to be positive, trying to be like, we're gonna do it. We got the team, we got the lineup, we got the pitchers, like we got everything we need, and we cannot be smart baseball players. We're giving outs away. We're giving runs away. We're giving outs out at the plate because we're swinging on every first pitch. Have a clue. Because right now, we don't have a clue. We have to figure it out. Otherwise, we're not going to make the playoffs. That's the reality now. That is the reality. And it sucks. What the are we doing? Let's go. Let's go. We're running out of time.
Do you have feedback on Cable 14's programs? Let us know by calling 905-523-1414, extension 227, or email feedback@cable14.com.
Senior help wanted sign.
The following is a C14 Sports presentation.
Job as advertised so far for these Cardinals.
And we welcome in those joining us on the online platform, cable14.com. As we are streaming, we are on live. Shaw joining us as well, and we are on fire tonight, Neil, even if it's sub-zero down at field level, as we talk about the pitching for tonight with Owen Boone being Mr. Friday Night, some pitching changes for the Cardinals. in a bigger roster change.
Yep.
Enrique Saldana acquired. Russell Young, who will form the battery with Owen Boone, acquired in a trade with the Welland Jackfish today.
Well, exactly. You know, the Jackfish had a plethora of catchers and some extra arms available, so the Cardinals and Jackfish negotiated throughout the week and got it done this morning. Saldana will come here and probably be the number 2, number 3 guy in the rotation, and he throws a lot of strikes. So that'll definitely help in the Cardinals lineup, that's for sure. And Russell Young, a young catcher from the ABC, just looking for an opportunity to get a chance to play. Of course, he was going to be the backup for Robert Mullen this year. And then a guy named Sam Cocker came back and said, you know what, I'm ready to come out. I want to give it one more shot. So Cocker came back, and Mr. Young and company had to find some other place to play.
Well, I remember, Neil, we talked in the preseason about whether or not Sam Cocker and Robert Mullen would coexist as catchers on that team, and, well, somehow they found a way.
They are, and Cocker's been doing a little bit of DHing and everything else and hitting things off fences against the Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals coming off that 15-4 loss, a 7-run 7th inning, kind of bent that one a little bit away from the Cardinals, who were starting to piece their way back into that ball game before it kind of came off the rails. As Owen Boone opening up against Ryan Dos Santos for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Dos Santos, then Jan Javier and Rando Moreni due up in the order here. We'll get through the rest of the lineup after the first batter.
Long look in from Boone. He'll wind and deliver, and Dos Santos sends that skyrocketing out of here.
Of course, Dos Santos last year, a first-team All-Star starter at the All-Star Showdown. Looking for a return opportunity, I'm sure.
Talking about how around the world we are. Big hello to those watching along in Australia, New Zealand, live online.
That's amazing.
We're playing baseball in Canada, and they're watching us around the globe as Owen Boone opens up the night with a strikeout on Dos Santos.
And here's the starting lineup for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Ryan Dos Santos just struck out to lead off the ballgame. Jan Javier, who's on another planet, is batting second. Rando Moreno is batting third at DH. Jordan Castaldo is batting fourth at first base. Justin Mara, Kalo Shaw, Dennis DeBenny makes a return to the camera. Spencer Ross and Zach Lamprey at second base to end up the lineup for the Maple Leafs.
Javier's only batting .481 to open this. .481?
Yeah, only.
To open the season. As these two teams out, the Cardinals still in a bit of an awkward spot because they've played the least amount of games in the IBL.
A lot of rainouts.
But all right in the meat of this, the Maple Leafs enter tonight 6-6. The Cardinals 4-4. Well, the Cardinals have in those 8 games already played Welland twice, who, by the way, are 11-1 entering the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
Those guys. Those guys that put up a lot of runs this week.
Javier sending this one to short. Chasing on for it is Nickel. He'll deliver it on to first for Caquedos. It's 2 away as we take a look at the defensive alignment for the Hamilton Cardinals. Little bit of a change in the ball game tonight. Open up in the outfield. Jaden Brown's in the left. Tyler Duncan stays in center. Yonki Pena remains in right. Into the infield as Nico Caquedos, who's been swinging a hot bat, has first base. Tommy Reyes Cruz at second. Jonathan Salazzo, you're not going to get him off third with the jaws of life. Nope. And Brandon Nickel has short. Your battery is Owen Boone and the newly acquired Russell Young.
Reno fouls that one off, and the count is 0-1. 2 away here in the top of the first inning.
And Russell Young will be fun to watch. We're talking to Matt Creeley before the ball game, and he was saying that July Vittini has had to catch all 8 games to this point. They needed somebody else to be able to take some innings off.
No question you do, especially when you have 3 and 3 nights on a weekend like this.
But how big in a 3-3 does the acquisition of Saldana become that you can now go Boone, Adames, Saldana?
Oh, huge now. London's going, oh, man.
We thought we might get a bullpen day or something.
Yeah, we might. Father's Day. Come on, we've got a nice Father's Day gift. No, I'm sorry.
Not so fast.
Not so fast. Sorry, Rube.
0-2 the count to Moreno. Boone winds and delivers, and that one shot back up and over us.
The parking lot was full when we got here.
Jammed.
Good to see.
I think a lot of the crowd was waiting in their cars with the heaters on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that.
Before they climbed up into the stands tonight. We cannot explain this weather. It was gorgeous and 23 yesterday.
Is it me?
I don't think it's you. I can't figure this out for the life of me. As Boone will wind and deliver, and got him on the outside portion of the plate. Owen Boone, 2 strikeouts in the top of the first inning, and Neil, he's rolling already.
He absolutely is rolling, and that's what is a good sign for the Cardinals if they get the bats going for the first time in the home half of the inning here.
How about that debut for Russell Young as well behind the plate? Owen Boone looks pretty comfortable with him right away.
Well, exactly, and it's very going to be very important, very key here going forward as far as the catchers and relationship with these starting pitchers too. They're going to, Russell Young's going to have to come in here and pretty much introduce himself to everybody as he goes through and say, "Hey, I'm Russell. What do you throw? Where do you like to throw it? Can I get you a coffee, a Timbits, whatever, Mr. Boone?" Like,
I think he did that to Owen Boone on his way to the hill tonight. "Hi, I'm Russell. What do you like to throw?"
Yeah.
As Will Genius Alvarado takes the hill for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and we have seen 2 sides of Will Genius Alvarado in this ballpark before. We've seen him absolutely brilliant, and we've seen the Cardinals get to him.
That we have, and we've also seen the other side when he's not had some nights tonight and everything else, and of course right now his ERA is .990, pending he's pitched 11 strikeouts, so just as the weather's been kind of cold, Will Alvarado's been kind of chilly as well.
Let's take a look while we've got the chance of the Cardinals batting order for tonight's ball game. Get it out of the way before Tyler Duncan takes off. And Neil, take it away.
Tyler Duncan is leading off. Brandon Nichols at batting second at shortstop. Nico Kakatos is batting third at first base. Jonathan Salazzo in the 4 spot. Jalen Brown gets the upgrade to 5. Josh Williams slides in the 6th of DHing. Yoki Pena in 7. Russell Young batting 8th, and Tommy Reyes Cruz is batting 9th at second base.
Russell Young, somebody they'll be looking at to bring the bat out of the catcher's position. We don't have a whole lot to go off of with Russell Young coming in other than UBC product, Neil.
Exactly. Just got a text message from Matt downstairs saying, well, our friend Mr. Rumpel has been feeling under the weather, a little bit of illness. And apparently you can hear in Tyler Duncan's voice too, so
oh boy,
it's spreading like the plague.
I will remain up here.
Yes. And we will be hand sanitizing often.
Exactly. Hope for the best, though, for our good friends Tanner Rempel and Tyler Duncan, two of the absolute best guys in sports today. And Tyler Duncan, Rocky Mountain Thunder himself, will swagger his way in to lead off the ball game for the Cardinals.
Heck of a catch in Sunday's contest, and it was just like, okay. Honestly, I forgot who was in center field. It was like, oh yeah, it's Duncan. He's going to get this, isn't he? Yep.
The world's largest center fielder has become the world's largest leadoff hitter.
Yep. He's starting to heat up at just at the right time. Got the average up to 266 on the year, 1 home run, 4 RBIs so far.
The calendar flipped.
It did. It's June now.
He just gets himself loose in May, and then by June, we see that Tyler Duncan, the MVP, Tyler Duncan.
So he takes ball 1 inside from Alvarado.
As Alvarado will wind, deliver. And that one's going to run outside. The Leafs may feel a little hard done by on that location. Feeling that's where Boone got the strikeout on Moreno.
It might have been a little bit higher.
As Alvarado delivers that one inside, 3-0. And whether it's intentional to try to pitch around Duncan or not, he's in danger of putting the leadoff batter on.
You don't want to do that, especially when Duncan's got good wheels and is not afraid to steal second base.
And ever-increasing protection behind him, Nickel, Kakatos, Salazzo. Alvarado gets that one over the plate, 3-1. I don't think that bat was coming off Tyler Duncan's shoulder unless that thing was just sitting.
Showing extreme patience at the plate to start this ball game.
Alvarado gets it to 3-2. Count is full.
And that's a veteran Justin Mara knowing, okay, the umpire's not giving us inside. Let's go work outside, and I'll pull it back in.
Working on a theory that Justin Mara has found the fountain of youth.
I think the whole Mara clan has.
That's a fair point. Foul tap back by Duncan.
I swear it's the giant meatballs.
You know what? You might be onto something. I remember we've had some conversations before about the meatballs.
They're the size of your hand.
That's outrageous.
Yeah.
And yet sounds delicious.
Now I'm hungry.
Alvarado delivers. Whoa, got Duncan looking at it on that outside edge.
Duncan not a fan of that call, but it's been going both ways so far early. And Brandon Nickel will be the batter now with one away.
The Southern Arkansas superstar. Numbers were next level in the NCAA. Justin Mara, that was a nice frame by the veteran catcher. That was downright impressive. As Alvarado runs that on the inside of Nickel. You made a point pregame, Neil, same umping crew that we had 2 weeks ago in a ball game that lasted just about 2.5 hours.
That it did.
They know how to keep the game moving, and we had some questions from batters in that night about the strike zone, but it was the same for both sides.
Oh, exactly. You know, Trevor Bertrand is actually at first tonight, so he's not behind the plate.
Same guys, they just rotated.
They rotated, and of course, Ray Brownlee is out, unfortunately. Hopefully he's back soon.
Yeah, unfortunate collision is taking it, and now maybe, and hopefully that's just maybe take it easy for a week.
Yeah.
Two and one the count to Nickel.
I have to go back and look at that highlight pack. I never did actually, so Nickel swings through that one. And the count is 2-2.
Nickel getting his feet under him here in the IBL. You know, it's amazing, the guys that bring numbers in from leagues all over the world still is an adjustment period.
And it is.
Alvarado delivers that one high, count runs full.
A lot of these leagues were probably collegiate-based leagues. Now they're up here, and okay, it's a mix of collegiate guys, former pros, and guys that played in the majors, and guys that can still bring it at age 40 plus.
Yep. Alvarado delivers, and he got Nickel swinging on it.
Swung through it, went off his body though, but he is out on the play. As Merrill will make the transaction down to third, actually.
Look, it just looked like Nickel got completely crossed up. As we take a look at the defensive alignment for the Toronto Maple Leafs, starting in the outfield, Kaleo Shaw has center, Ryan Dos Santos left, old friend Dennis DeBanning is in right, Jordan Castaldo, the veteran, at first, Zach Lamprey at second, Johan Javier at third, Spencer Ross the shortstop, Justin Mara catching, Will Genus Alvarado.
Castaldo back in the lineup after missing most of this week. I'm guessing for work issues. Fighting fires is a full-time job.
And then some.
Yep.
As Alvarado falls behind Kikatos, 2-0. Alvarado's expending a fair number of pitches in this opening inning, but he's got back-to-back outs.
He has.
And asking for a reload as the count to 3-0 to Kikatos.
Kikatos batting 434 on the season so far. 10 for 23. Welcome to the IBL.
Not so much of an adjustment period
No.
for one Nico Kikatos.
Very familiar with this ballpark and many other ballparks. He was played in the WCBL last year. But of course, he's also played in the OUA here for the University of Toronto.
WCBL, very underrated league.
Definitely going to have to make a trip out.
How many star players have we seen come to the IBL, or players become stars from that league? As Kikatos rolls this one towards first, Alvarado, whoa, bit of indecision there between he and Castaldo, and in the long run, they got it.
They got it out. One on an assist will go to put out, and that is the official scorer ruling.
Coming up in July, the All-Star game in the IBL comes to Hamilton as we take a look. Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com. because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton. Under the lights at Bernie Arbor Stadium, the All-Star Game, that is going to be a happening.
Make sure you mark your calendars right now, folks. Get your tickets early. July 20th is the day, Sunday. Make sure you guys get it there. And
this place is going to be packed.
It's going to be packed, and it's just going to be a great afternoon and a great evening.
And the great thing is having it in Hamilton, and Welland did a spectacular job with it last year. I mean, that's not a surprise to anybody. But the great thing about having it in Hamilton is a midway point for so many of these teams to come into.
Oh, exactly.
Brantford's half an hour away. London, an hour.
Yep.
Toronto, 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic. Welland, half an hour. I mean, fans from everywhere can get in on this.
Oh, exactly. Of course, the All-Star ballot will be kicking around on June 23rd. Ballot will open at noon. I'm going to have to give you a little sneak preview later on.
Noon, June 23rd.
Yeah. I know the guy's got a link. Maybe you can get you in there early or something. We'll see.
Oh, all right. Well, hey,
I might actually get you to test a couple of things to make sure it works.
Oh, hey. Well, if you're asking for help, I am more than happy. I will volunteer. Can't wait to see the number of votes that come in. You know, with the fan base down the road at the pond, there's going to be a lot of votes for Jackfish.
Exactly. So it's one per email address. So just make sure you guys know that. Just, don't go flooding Google and everything else for multiple email addresses tonight, please. We can track that too.
Why does Tyler Duncan have 40 votes from Reed's IP address? How did that? I don't know. As Jordan Castaldo will lead off the top of the second inning here for the Maple Leafs.
And again, congratulations to Jordan Castaldo on being the latest player to hit the 100 home run mark in the IBL.
What a career. And he just keeps on producing.
He does. Remember when he broke in with Oshawa? Many moons ago. Him and Marcus Connect on the same team. The Oshawa Dodgers.
Gotta think at some point the league returns there.
I'd like to see it, but I might have nightmares at Kingsman Stadium, though.
As Owen Boone winds and delivers, and Castaldo puts a charge into it into left field. Brown tracking. That's going to get back to the wall. Castaldo rounds first. Brown up with it. And the veteran stands up at second with the double.
I want to say the wind swirled out one, but the wind's going the other direction, so it actually helped us out there. Kept it in the ballpark. Brown just unable to get his feet underneath that one.
I don't know how much Brown's going to feel like he got help on that. Looked like he had a line on it, and it kept tracking away from him. Just a nice piece of hitting there by Jordan Castaldo.
Yep, that'll bring up Justin Mara with nobody away here in the top of the second inning.
An always dangerous part of the Maple Leafs lineup. Castaldo and Mara just know how to get the ball into play. Mara threatening a bunt there.
Well, they probably took the notebook out against Owen Boone and went, okay, how are we going to score more runs here? Well, you got to make. Sometimes you have to manufacture runs any way you can on a ground ball out.
Yeah, not exactly the easiest pitcher to score runs on. Mara shoots this one high. Under it at third is Salazzo, tracking into foul territory, and the former Maple Leaf underneath it. One away.
Pop out to his old friend Johnny. F5 goes to put out one away now, and Cleo Shaw, the center fielder, making his second appearance for the Maple Leafs. Made his first start on Wednesday night.
And Cleo Shaw sporting some of the best locks in the IPL. I think his wrist guard, somebody might want to warn him that his wrist guard is become unvelcroed.
He may adjust it after the first swing here. Yep.
There we go.
As long as he's not taping, he's not going to have to eat it like that one ball player had to do in that one game. Did you see that or no?
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Well, between that and who was the ump that took a ball in the chest and it shot his chest protector up into his throat?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. Boone delivers, and that one comes in low.
Go Boone!
Again, so I watch a lot of Red Sox games, and then I get the rest of my baseball up from John Boy Media.
There you go. So you're in good hands.
Absolutely. And my trusty Yahoo app where I can scroll for scores during the game. Ball on the ground. Salazzo stabs it down. Nicely done. Delivering on to first. Got him. Oh, Jonathan Salazzo.
Starting to feel more at home here. I know last week it looked like he was fighting the baseball a little bit at third base, but tonight it seems like he's feeling much more comfortable. The sun's not beating in his face or anything like that, so he's at home and having some fun here against his former mates.
Salazzo able to knock that down. He almost got it in the glove right off the dive there, the slide, then delivered it over to first base on a rope.
Now to bring up our old friend Dennis DeBanning.
Oh, absolute electricity is Dennis DeBanning.
Batting .212 on the season. No surprise, he's got 2 home runs already. His traditional home run on opening night.
I can't be surprised about that one. As Boone will wind and deliver, and that'll run 1-0.
And apparently they're both off Yadi and Martinez.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Toronto might want to insist on playing Kitchener again next year.
Yeah, keep
Dennis' streak alive.
that going. Boone with the peek back to Castaldo. Delivers, and DeBanning fouled that one back.
Went off his hand there, and he was just like shaking his head there a little bit.
Thought it might have come off the bottom of his bat and then off his shin. It definitely had 2 whacks off something.
Yeah.
You could hear the double impact.
Okay, even the guys on the bench, they got the hoodies going all the way done up.
Yeah, the weather has just turned funky.
And it has.
I believe it's supposed to be cool again tomorrow and then gets warm again. I don't know what's going on. As DeBanning swung through that 1-2.
Well, the Cardinals are in Chatham-Kent tomorrow, and then they're in London on Sunday afternoon, Father's Day. It's Pack the Park Day at Labatt Park, so expect about 5,000 people hanging out with us.
Wow.
Looking forward to that.
Historic stadium filled with people.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Boone delivers that one outside. Young got a piece of it, but not enough. It'll allow Castaldo to scamper up to third, 2-2 with 2 away.
I'm going to check with Nate, but I'm pretty sure he's going to score that a pass ball.
Let Nate get that wild pitch.
Wild pitch, all right. I'm changing my notes here.
We're making note of it right now. Boone will set to look in. Gets DeBanning swinging. Third strikeout of the ball game for Owen Boone. And the Hamilton Cardinals keep the Maple Leafs scoreless. Strand and Castaldo over at third. And Neil Boone continues to deliver.
He does, and leadoff double goes for naught here for the Maple Leafs in the top of the second inning.
Just a beautiful pitch from Boone. He knew it as soon as he released it. Ran it inside. DeBanning couldn't get around onto the ball. And he'll be sat down on strikes.
Looks like it broke inside on him, so instead of going out, he went in.
Will Genius Alvarado back to the hill.
He's going to be facing the conductor, Jalen Brown, and Josh Williams in this inning.
And the Cardinals would love to have the conductor set something out of this ballpark and give them an early lead to work with. You got Owen Boone on the hill. You may not need that many as long as they're timely.
Well, exactly. But, if they felt inclined to get him like 5 or 6 for a change tonight, I think he wouldn't mind too much.
I think he'll be okay with that. Cardinals just looking for a little bit more offensive consistency. And, Neil, they've got the bats to get it there.
Yep.
We've talked about it before. The season starts in May. We're not even a month in. The Cardinals are playing their 9th game with all the rainouts and delays that they've had in their schedule. They're the only team in the IBL that has not hit double digits yet.
Yep. No, they'll finally do that this weekend, so yes.
Hopefully that's the start of a good run here for the Cardinals of actually getting ball games in.
Well, exactly. We mentioned they're in Chatham-Kent tomorrow and then London on Sunday. Realistically, if you want to be a Cardinals fan and everything else, you pretty much want 2 out of the 3 this weekend. Ideally, 3 for 3 would be nice, but let's not get greedy.
Win the first 2, then worry about getting greedy.
Yeah. Well, let's win this one here first. Let's go from there.
Jonathan Salazzo sharing a hug with Justin Morrow on his way up. And the 2 former teammates having a long conversation.
Yeah. Probably Johnny's saying, hey, you owe me a couple, right? So throw a couple of fastballs, get him to throw a couple of fastballs somewhere, but belt high, please.
Well, if Will Genius Alvarado makes a mistake belt high, it's not going to be in this park for long.
I got to ask Salazzo what he was at last night. He was at some sort of event. It was in a tent. It looked like a circus tent, but I don't think it was circus because then there was later on in his Instagram feed, there was like a whole performance on the stage, so I'm not sure what it was.
Intriguing.
Yeah.
Whoa, as Alvarado lost control of that breaking.
Oh, man. You know you're too comfortable with each other when.
Right away, the smile on Alvarado, too. Yeah, I don't think he did that on purpose,
no,
folks.
That was not on purpose. Here you go. Here's the replay.
So you're going to hit him here, then watch the reaction from Salazzo. I'm going to turn it, come out to the mound.
Alvarado wasn't sure if he's going after him or not there.
You saw umps start to scramble before they realized.
Oh, okay, it's just they're having fun.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Alvarado with a look back at Salazzo. Castaldo minding him over at first. Jaden Brown. Brown, who is up to 320. Remember in the first couple of the games of the season, Brown was not off to the hottest start after a really good preseason.
Yep.
And we were both thinking, it's not a big concern.
We just got Coach-Co caps.
Jonathan Friedman bringing us up Coach-Co caps. Look at that.
It's too cold for ice cream, but this is cool.
Yeah.
This is very cool. I like it. That's going to go on the wall behind me when we're doing various interviews now in the home office.
That's where I put all my goodies. Up on the studio wall. I'm currently making room for my framed 500th jersey from this past season.
Nice.
That was really special.
No doubt it was.
They almost got me to cry. They almost pulled it off.
Almost.
Chris Cook stitching 500 on the back of a Bulldogs jersey for me. As Brown just taps that foul. And it's one of those spots where I know he likes me because it was a gamer. It was an actual game jersey. Like, whoa.
Not one of the retail specials off the shelf.
No. He put the work in on that thing. I'll have to send you the photo of it. Beautiful. They got it beautifully framed up.
I saw the picture from upstairs when they presented it to you.
Oh yeah, now they got it fully framed up. There's a photo of me and Troy and Norm with the Robertson Cup from 22.
That's amazing.
Brown swings through that one, and he'll be sat down on strikes as he got a piece of it, but Mara was able to catch down the tip.
Remember that conversation we were having before the ball game as which Agentes Alvarado was showing up tonight? Well, I think we got our answer so far.
I believe so.
It's Josh Williams will bat now.
Alvarado was dancing around in the first inning a little bit, but ended up 3 for 3. 2 strikeouts and induced a grounder from Kakatos after falling behind at least 3-1 on each of the 3 batters he faced.
Probably just getting warmed up too.
Pitch into trouble, pitch out of trouble. From here, it sounds simple.
It's not so easy though.
No, it's not. Especially not when you have to go Duncan, Nickel, Kakatos, Salazzo, Brown, Williams.
No. Not an easy lineup to navigate, that's for sure.
Josh Williams was the hero on opening night here. He'll send this one through the infield. That'll move Salazzo along. And it's runners on first and second on the single from the big fella.
Good piece of hitting there by Josh Williams, just taking the ball the other way here. And now it's runners at first and second with 1 away now for Yoki Pena.
Pretty easy to tell that Josh Williams is feeling pretty good this season. He's already come up with a few timely hits. And that'll bring Yoki Pena to the plate. Pena's drawn 5 walks on the season, but they all came in the same game.
The opener.
Which I still find puzzling as to how you can manage to walk 5 times in a single game.
Sometimes you can, if you're just that dialed in.
Pena just trying to get his timing together, and not sure what that signal was. The umpire came out from behind home plate to signal something to Will Genius Alvarado. Salazzo's off to third. Mara's going to try to gun him down. He made it in time.
Stolen base for the conductor here.
Impressive wheels.
I don't think Mara was expecting him to go.
And Mara's still with a dart of a throw.
I'm sure they'll exchange words after this one.
Think he'll run him over on the way to home if he gets the average?
Let's not go there.
No. As Alvarado looks into Pena, who now has things change a little bit. As Pena will reach out and slap that one over the head of the shortstop. That'll bring Salazzo in, and Pena has an RBI single.
Yoki Pena with the excuse me swing. I'm just going to pop it over the shortstop's head. Salazzo scores with ease at third. Williams stops at second. Pena's at first. Still only 1 away here in the inning.
And batting for the first time without his name on the back of his jersey is the catcher, Russell Young.
I'm sure that'll get fixed at some point this weekend, and I'm sure McFly will have the road one figured up already.
He got here today, folks. That's
all I need to know. Had a great conversation with Welland Jackfish general manager Jason McKay this afternoon as well too. Or I'm going to start calling him the architect, because that's what they call him in Welland, anyways. As far as
they should.
He's just got his hands on a lot of guys in this league, and has helped a lot of guys get to this league.
He's got an understanding of this league that is really special.
Yeah, he does.
Just has his finger on the pulse of it. But it tells you something when he gets to a point where he goes, I got to move Russell Young and Enrique Saldana.
Well, exactly. And he's good at finding guys a new home too, where he's going to be. You're not only going to get a chance to go play, but they're going to play every day or close to it.
But yeah, when you talk about him being an architect, when you get to a point where this young man and Enrique Saldana, for crying out loud, are 2 guys where you go, I don't know if I can give them regular time.
Well.
Who are your scouts?
He does his homework.
No kidding. Alvarado winds and delivers. Young trying to beat that one out to first. It's scooped and delivered on to Castaldo. 2 away as Young will move Williams to third and Pena to second.
And he went 4-3, goes to put it on Young. And you look at the record when Welland moved into Welland. They're in year 6 now in Welland. It wasn't that great.
No.
And over the last 5-6 years, he's taken that team from being lower end of the pack to the class of the league now, as far as that stuff goes. You look at the record and everything else, they've done everything else. 31-11 last 3 seasons. Like, that's just unheard of. And they're on pace right now to smash that.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a knack for finding talent and being able to build around it. As Alvarado delivers, Reyes Cruz sends this one into foul ground, tracking back, and wow, that went a long way foul.
It did.
It is a large foul ground here at Bernie Arbor Stadium, and that carried all the way into the fence down at the Cardinals bullpen.
I think the only one that might even have close to this as far as out of play lines is definitely Guelph, because both have like really long areas around them and everything else, but this one probably takes the cake as far as out of play.
Third baseman Javier might need an 0-2 blast. He took off.
Well, he was full sprint mode trying to get that baseball.
He almost got there too. 1-1 to Reyes Cruz. Oh, trying to check back at Williams. Third was Mara, and Javier cut it off.
Well, back pick attempt by Mara there.
Thought he had Williams sneaking a little bit too far off third base. Tommy Reyes Cruz batting .250 coming in.
Well, the bench is back definitely down there. We were worried the Maple Leafs had a shorthanded bench. Not really. I can see nothing but a sea of blue down on that bench and down on that bullpen as well. So it looks like all hands are on deck here tonight.
It arrived.
Traffic.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about traffic. Yes.
I'm usually here 5:30. Today it was like 6:15, 6:20. I'm going like, we didn't leave any different time-wise. It's just traffic.
I left Brantford at 5:15.
Yeah. Hence why you stopped at Mike's Sub.
That's right.
It's now in the book, so it's going to be definitely one of the destinations this summer. That's exactly how we come up the lake.
Oh yeah, you got it. You got to give it a go. You got to give it
Definitely
a go.
going to do that. It smelled good.
As Alvarado with the look in.
What you want, the turkey?
It's called a torpedo, the ham turkey,
Oh,
a little bit
nice.
of bacon. Reyes, Cruz on the ground, Castaldo to first, and that'll end the threat. But Neil, the Cardinals get one across.
That they do. They break the scoreless tie here in the second inning, scoring first at home. As Josh Williams was able to come through with a single, followed by Yogi Pena with the single and the RBI. After Salaza got hit by the pitch, that just slipped out of Alvarado's hand.
Well, you may not see any of them out on a cold night like tonight, but get your bird feeders ready for Father's Day weekend as we hear from our friends at Armstrong Bird Food.
On set, load, and just sit there and just use your toe tap. Yeah? Bro, you'll be super quick that way. Think about the machine yesterday when you did the first hit. Just beat it to the spot. Alright, you good though. You got all game. You got long game. Never be like.
Well, apparently it was so cold we didn't. The Cardinals.
The bird feeder froze.
Yeah, the bird feeder froze, and the Cardinals didn't even want to go to it.
And well, at least the kids are getting a little warm up here, anyways. As our friends from Denninger's once again sponsoring the Kids Run the Bases here at the top of the third inning.
I kind of felt like going down and doing that.
Reed.
Oh.
It thawed out. We got it now.
Oh, you've got it?
now?
We
Okay.
got it. So here we go.
Let's take a look at our friends from Armstrong Bird Food.
The littlest things can make the biggest difference. Like nature brightening your day. Bring nature to your backyard with Armstrong Bird Food. Feeding Cardinals since 1986.
One of these days I'll get my job right, Reed. One of these days. We've only been working together 16, 17 years. One of these days I'll get off a
Just one of those days, eh?
I can't believe you admitted that on live air how long we've been working together, pal. Goodness. That is Brendan Niccolo, our great producer downstairs. Brendan, you guys ever thought about maybe hanging a bird feeder off the truck for Cardinals games?
I tried it once. A lot of cleanup.
Oh,
lot of cleanup,
yeah, all right.
Cleanup.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking with the truck, the way it's built, you could probably avoid the squirrels getting in there, which is usually a plus.
There's a few holes in the side of the truck being held together with, what's that tape called?
Duct tape or Gorilla tape?
Gorilla tape?
Gorilla tape. We have Gorilla tape. Holding some holes shut on the side of the truck. I've hit a telephone pole or two driving this thing in my day.
You're not supposed to admit to that on the air.
Please don't do that.
We already
No,
took care of everything.
Especially when the boss is like within earshot too.
A different boss.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you're off the hook.
Oh yeah.
Well, I thought Jono was going to break something up here earlier.
He flipped the camera over, and I'm like,
and I said,
dragging it.
if he breaks it, does he get in trouble, or how does that work?
Or does he pin it on the closest person around us? And that would be me.
I get to write him up. You should see the size of my file.
Oh, we have files now.
Oh, I got a file.
Uh-oh.
If there's a file on me, I've been here too long. It's got to be like a phone book.
It's just headshots.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
sure those are great.
Do they have caricatures on top of the headshots, or are they just still pristine?
Have any idea the camera budget of Cable 14 since they brought me on air? How many have I broken just by turning them on me?
Yeah, well, we got to talk about that. I don't know what year that video is that the Cardinals posted a couple of weeks ago.
Woo! Mike Fortune and I from 15.
I was going to tell the kids that was Kurt Cobain.
My wife says that I had an era where I looked like Axl Rose.
Yeah.
If I could have sang like him, I'd probably have a lot more money.
Yep.
As Spencer Ross steps in to open up the top of the third inning. Well, then again, singing like Axl Rose, that might not be. Might be able to pull that off.
Yeah, that's a lot of screeching, though, isn't it? Not
yeah,
really singing.
It's probably not good for the throat.
No. As Ross takes that one inside, and the count quickly. I believe it's 1-1, but that might have been a strike. I'm not sure.
As Boone winds and delivers, and
I think it's 1-2 now.
Ross gets caught staring at it. 1-2.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I got confused by a signal.
Well, because yeah, it was just Ross bailed out on the second pitch. I was like, oh, there's no way that's a strike.
And got him going around that time. All right, now we know it's the strikeout. Spencer Ross goes down. It's the 4th K of the ball game for Owen Boone. And that'll bring Zach Lamprey, the second baseman, in to face Boone for the first time.
And the young man with the spike just got high fives from half the front row.
As he should. Yeah, doing the Axl Rose imitation kind of reminds me. Remember, younger kids, you'd imitate Macho Man Randy Savage's voice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that one.
And then it takes a week and a half to recover.
Yeah, because it just hits to that one spot in your throat, and it's like, yeah, why'd I do that?
Tried to do it all night one year for Halloween. It went terribly wrong.
Did you have the whole week the sunglasses? Well, I know you have the sunglasses, so
I had the whole thing. The pants with the two different, like, I got jeans and they fabric painted one half gold, black and gold.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I was all in.
Is that your mom that did that, or somebody else?
No, that was my mom.
Hats off to your mom.
She still enjoys doing it. Oh shit! When I was a kid, I had the Undertaker, the Ultimate Warrior, Sting.
Dang.
Oh, Halloween was fantastic. When your mom's a kindergarten teacher, there's nothing she can't do with a glue gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Owen Boone slaps that back into the mesh.
Lamprey last year played for the Brantford Red Sox, now with the Maple Leafs. Has a 2-2 count on him with one away here in the top of the 3rd inning.
There was a lot of interleague movement this offseason.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot more than usual.
Yeah.
Because it definitely felt like I was making graphics every day.
Same faces, but different places.
Yep. Calling a lot of people going, hey, you got a picture of so-and-so? Oh, wait, he's not on your team anymore.
Lamprey flares that one into shallow right. Loki Pena's underneath it, 2 away.
To finish the thought, yeah, but if you still have one, please send it over. I'll try my best to, at least give you credit for it.
You know what? And this may be a conversation that we can continue off the air, but the Ontario Hockey League, because I do graphics on trades and signings.
Yep.
The Ontario Hockey League implemented Greenfly, where all the pictures for every team is cataloged on Greenfly. So if you acquire a player, you can just go in, type his name in, and
well, that's where I want to get the league to, but it's a matter of probably.
That's always the way it goes.
Yeah, it's just like, we had no budget.
Made my life a lot easier announcing that Sam McHugh trade last week.
Can you imagine?
How about that one? Spencer Hyman delivering a 36-goal scorer for the Bulldogs. Toronto Maple Leafs prospect.
There you go.
Then followed it up by signing Cooper Dennis and Caleb Malhotra. That was a week.
Is that Manny's son, or is this?
That is Manny's son.
Wow. You've been around a long time when.
And his uncle is Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Met his mom, who might be one of the nicest people on the planet.
Yep.
As Boone winds and delivers and gets Dos Santos swinging through. It's another strikeout for Owen Boone. He's got 5 in this ball game through 3 innings.
He's up to 31 on the season now. Just 5 off the pace that Mr. Garces has most eloquently set. At least till tomorrow night when Barry and Willen go toe-to-toe, and I'm guaranteeing it's Garces versus Abram.
Whoa. And I saw the news that another ace is returning to the IBL following his South American excursion in Claudio Custodio.
Yeah, he is. He's a lot of fun.
Now, did he pitch in 2 different pro leagues this year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why he didn't come back to Guelph last year.
Because he was pitching in it was the Venezuelan Winter League and the Mexican League, right? Yeah.
And they pretty much went back to back, so it was like, okay, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
They pretty much gave me 2 weeks off, and then he was back throwing again.
And now, hey, I want to come back to Canada.
Yeah, I think he just wants one more shot at another championship here. And, the Guelph Royals could definitely use him. Pitching rotation has been kind of, as much as it's been very solid, and like last year and everything else, they were lights out. But this year it just seems to be a little bit sporadic. I don't know if things are just not working out right now. Jacob Cush, since he cut his hair, it's been a totally different pitcher.
Like the legend of Samson.
Yeah.
Won't be long before you see the locks back then.
No. It'll be the locks, and I'm sure he's going to figure it out again. Again, you have to remember last year he just came out of a collegiate leagues, not a collegiate league, but he'd been playing pro and everything else. And then this year it was like, okay, I'm not playing anywhere else, so I have to do a lot more work. And it's like, oh, okay, plus I have a real job. Just the toils of the Intercounty Baseball League.
We set up for the bottom of the third with Tyler Duncan stepping in. Speaking of guys playing in different leagues, I was doing some research over the week. And how about Matt Fabian? From the Empire League to the Pioneer League, playing for the Northern Colorado Owls.
His dad, Dave's been filling me in on what's been going on with him, too. So it's just been great to see him having some fun down there.
Next time you talk to him, find out if there's a way that we can get hats, because the Northern Colorado Owls have great hats.
Yeah, they do. I'll message them tonight, actually. I get on the way home.
I'm a bit of a hat collector.
As am I. Apparently.
So we got to use some of our contacts here.
I don't wear a lot. I only maybe 4 or 5 I'll actually wear around. I do wear the Cable 14 one rather religiously.
Some of them I put up.
Yeah.
But no, there's some that you just see them and just, I need one of those.
Yep.
Have my Fenway Green Red Sox hat on.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Well, for Father's Day / birthday, because they came up a few weeks apart, there was a Jaron Duran Fenway Green delivered to me this week.
Very nice.
Yeah, I was very happy sitting watching the Red Sox in my Fenway Green with Wyatt. He doesn't know what that is yet. He just says green shirt. But
yeah, it's a start.
Yeah. Alvarado delivers to Duncan. Got him looking.
Again.
Second time tonight Duncan's gone down looking and hasn't been overly happy with either one, but the strike zone has been extremely consistent.
Yep. And Brandon Eckel, who struck out in the first inning, he hit that one off his chin, actually, in the first inning. That's a good frame job by Mara. It's over the plate.
The veteran. Yeah, I think Duncan wants that one back.
Yeah.
As Alvarado delivers, that one ran inside. Alvarado sets. Delivers, runs it outside, 2-0. Alvarado's pitch count is heightening.
Cardinals are definitely making them work for these outs.
This is going to be pitch 48, and it'll be 3-0. Some stirring in the Maple Leafs bullpen, but nothing serious. They're just a couple of guys maybe stretching, but it is cold, so.
Stretching, staying warm.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know if that's stretching.
Thinking about where they can light a fire down there. I don't know.
Somebody's looking at that. Look at somebody just went and sat next to that bin.
Yeah.
They're already planning it.
Oh, I know.
All right,
is this thing bolted down, or can we move it over?
This thing closer.
Yeah.
Alvarado delivers and loses Nickel to the walk.
A one-out walk here to start the third inning for the Cardinals with one away.
That'll bring Nico Kakatos to the plate.
Kakatos hit that one off the end of the bat last time up and lost the foot race to Alvarado. One unassisted with the put-out.
Yeah, Alvarado can really lengthen the strides. It looked like Kakatos might have had a lane on him, and he just stretched the legs out and forget about it.
Yep.
Oh, he didn't release that where he wanted it, and Mara was able to rescue it before
it went too far.
Yeah, Nickel could scamper up to second.
It's almost like the same pitch he threw to Salazzo, and it just didn't quite go where it was supposed to go either on that one.
Yeah, it's a couple times he's looked for the breaking ball and just hasn't had any break. That one comes in high, 2-0. Kakatos in good position in this at bat with Salazzo behind him. 53rd pitch of the outing coming up here for Alvarado. And that'll be 3-0.
Might prompt the visit after this at bat if this trend continues here.
Yeah, 2 on with 1 out for Salazzo. I think he might need a visit. Just at the very least, Justin Morrow to kind of slow things down.
Exactly. Hey, take a breath. Let's regroup here. What are we going to do?
Alvarado did that there, kind of readjusted the cap, took his second. Now delivers over the plate. 3-1. And this is where having such a veteran behind the plate, Justin Morrow, really comes in handy.
It does.
Settle your pitcher down as Kakatos puts that one on the ground. Over to second for 1. And the fielder's choice will retire Brandon Nickel.
Wasn't the best throw over to second base, but it was there in time.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to try second there.
I think it was kind of a last-second decision there,
yeah.
too. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go I'm going first. No, I'm going second. Okay, and then I was just had to throw it in a hurry.
Well, at that point, he had to throw to 1 in a hurry because otherwise both runners were going to end up safe. Nickel was scooting, just didn't quite have enough to get there as Jonathan Salazzo steps in. Salazzo was hit by a pitch, came around to score in his first at bat. Batting here with 2 away.
I almost expected to see the Bushman tonight. But I think they're going to wait till the return in Christie Pitts.
That'll be entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fun-looking crew.
They are. May have to let Jenny come down to Toronto one of these days, and I'll go hang out with him for a couple innings.
You know, you need that. You need fans like that in this league.
You do.
Oh, that one takes a bounce over the leg of Mara. Almost tried to kick out like a goaltender for a skate save.
That'll definitely score a wild pitch.
And Nico Kakatos will move up to second. Tried to Calvin Pickard that one for all our Oilers fans watching along. What a comeback that was last night. That was so much fun. Although if you had Vasily Podkolzin scoring the tying goal on your slip.
With what, 19 seconds left or something?
Well, that was to tie the game at 4 late for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Podkolzin erased the 3-0 deficit. He tied the game at 3, and there's a guy who was let go by the Vancouver Canucks essentially because he couldn't score goals.
Shame on you guys.
Oops.
How do you like me now?
Yeah. Well, you look at the Oilers. They've found some real value with guys like that. Podkolzin, Kasper Kapanen, Brett Kulak.
Yeah.
3-1 to Salazzo. And Alvarado will run the count full. Pitch count is up, Neil, but he's avoided serious damage, just giving up the 1 run so far.
Oh, exactly.
61st pitch of his outing coming up here.
So that's averaging 20 pitches an inning so far.
And he lost Salazzo to the walk.
I don't know, I wasn't sure if it was actually a ball or not, just because Merrick went up and grabbed it there. And nevertheless, the Cardinals have got 2 base runners aboard here with 2 away.
I think Mara was a little bit confused on that one as well. Jaden Brown struck out in his first at bat. He's got a chance here, though, with 2 on for a little bit of 2-out production.
Oh, exactly. Especially the way he's been stinging the ball. Look at that big hole on the right side there. If Brown can just put it through there.
And with Kikatos' wheels, he puts it through there. He's coming home.
And second baseman just moved over, realizing, oh, yeah, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. But he's trying to keep the runner at second base close there, too. So Case Mara wants to throw down.
Now Lamprey is trying to serve two masters almost. Now he'll take off back into the gap.
Alvarado just told him to go back over and fill the hole up.
Jaden Brown fouls that one back. And again, Alvarado pitched himself into trouble. He's one strike away from pitching himself out of trouble. Well, sometimes it's a Pollock, sometimes it's a Picasso, you know?
Yeah.
But if it gets the job done.
Exactly. They'll call it art.
That's right. Ran that one way inside. Brown was just able to slide out of the way before he got plunked. Chilly Friday night at Bernie Arbor Stadium has not dampened the spirits, though. This place still big crowd.
Huge crowd. And like I said, the parking lot was full. Brown goes down swinging here in the third inning.
Alvarado gets out of it again. The Hamilton Cardinals have a 1-0 lead on Friday Night Baseball. You're watching on Cable 14.
No amount of studying can guarantee a gambling win. Find tips for safer play at gamblingisrandom.ca.
Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball here on Cable 14. The Cardinals with a 1-0 lead over the Maple Leafs. Owen Boone back to the hill for the top of the fourth. And Neil, it's what we have come to expect with 43 on the hill. Owen Boone is twirling another gem.
He absolutely is. That's for a reason. He's definitely earning the title of Mr. Friday Night, that's for sure. We challenged in this inning by Javier Marini and Jordan Castaldo due up.
So we'll see if he can continue it along, but at the top of this rotation, we've talked about it a little bit off the top tonight, Owen Boone has been brilliant. Francis Adames has been spectacular since arriving. And now Enrique Saldana to really make that a three-headed monster for these Cardinals. And suddenly, Neil, that vision that they had at the beginning of the season of what this team could look like is coming into view.
That it is. It's definitely, the picture's definitely getting clearer and clearer. And, this is a perfect opportunity this weekend to get the momentum going. Words are hard tonight. Jeez.
It's the cold.
Yeah.
As Boone delivers, and that one is sent high and way back foul by Javier. Javier 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Still 25 for 52.
It's how? That's just crazy. 480 batting average. I mean, I don't care what league you're in. That's
still no surprise leading the league, of course. Maple Leafs without Marcus Connect for the second straight ball game. Not sure what happened in Brantford after he hit the home run, but he's been sidelined with an undisclosed injury.
And again, that's another piece that the Toronto Maple Leafs, who kind of remade their lineup a little bit over the offseason. You have Marcus Connect in there. And suddenly, we got a team that's very, very dangerous. Ball on the ground. Nickel from short over to first. Kikatos has it one way.
6-3 is the put out, 1 away now, and Randall Moraney will be the batter, the designated hitter tonight.
As Moreno will make his way in. 19 of 56 on the season. Coming into the ball game tonight, hitting .339. We talked about Welland being able to find players. Talked about the Cardinals finding players. Toronto's done the same thing.
Exactly. Check swing, he went around on it, says the plate umpire.
Yeah, it looked like he was having a hard time hitting the brakes. 0-1 the count.
Only 100 game in the Air County, of course. It's been a very busy week around the league already.
Yeah, uncharacteristically busy from Wednesday on.
Well, even Tuesday was had two games going because, again, it was rainouts and everything else.
Got to get him in.
5-1, the London Majors leading the Kitchener Panthers in the bottom of the third inning. Kitchener must have just walked into London going, oh man, we just put up a 5, gave up a 5 spot in the first inning after a 13 spot last night in the fourth to the Welland Jackfish.
Yeah, well, Welland will do that to a lot of people.
Yeah. Jackfish, 58 runs for this week, 11 against since Tuesday.
That's outrageous. Moreno on the ground. Over to second. Tough play made by Reyes Cruz on a wacky bounce. 2 away. That was a lot harder than it looked like it was going to be, Neil.
Yeah, and then watch the replay here. It comes through. Moreno hits this one off the end of the bat and just
changes directions. Hello.
Yeah. It's the second one Tommy Reyes Cruz has had kind of had like that in a couple games here. He thought he was in front of it and all of a sudden turned on him.
And that'll bring Jordan Castaldo, who has the only hit of the ball game for the Maple Leafs, a double to lead off the second inning.
Double that just got away from Brown and left and kept going and tailing away from him.
And that one misses outside, 1-0. Again, I go back to Russell Young and his Cardinals debut, having a real quiet night behind the plate so far. Looks like he is in sync already with Owen Boone.
Yep.
It's all about chances. What do you do when that opportunity knocks?
Well, exactly.
And Russell Young gives the Cardinals a real opportunity to have a great back and forth between himself and July Vittini.
Yeah, he does.
Because we know how good of a defensive catcher Vittini is.
That one just misses inside.
Two and one the count.
I wonder how much research Russell Young has done on these Maple Leafs as far as the guys he's facing here when he's stepping behind the plate here.
Well, maybe it's almost better that he does.
Yeah, maybe.
Castaldo fouls that one back to it too.
Oh, by the way, you're now you're calling pitches against Jordan Castaldo.
Yeah, you know, legendary, 100 homers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy, you know. A few RBIs away from 500 in his career.
Jeez.
Yeah. This Chris Piano looks rather dialed in down there.
Looks a little chilly.
Yeah, that too.
Boone, didn't get the call.
Castaldo will extend this bat to 3-2 here.
And the man we haven't mentioned, who may arrive at some point during this ball game, we likely won't see him unless something really wacky happens, but Carlos Dominguez, the former Mets farmhand, has signed with the Cardinals as well. Oh, and Boone didn't get that one either, and there may have been a little respect paid in that at bat to Jordan Castaldo.
Just a little bit.
Got squeezed just a bit.
Doubtful he's going to come into the contest, but we got to congratulate Maple Leaf veteran as well, Marek Deska. 750 career innings pitched this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is longevity.
It is. Versus the running joke, it wouldn't be Maple Leafs baseball without Marek Deska. Eventually it's going to happen. Deska's going to retire, I'm sure.
I have a feeling he's going to go as long as he can, and he's one of those guys that can go as long as he feels like.
Yep.
He's earned it.
That he has.
It's Justin Mara. batting with 2 out. Jordan Castaldo over at first, falls behind 0-2. We saw the what Owen Boone thought was going to be the 3rd strike, and it looked like a strike to me, Neil, but I think Jordan Castaldo's reputation, and Justin Mara gets painted on the outside edge, so maybe Owen Boone got that one back.
Maybe, and Mara's probably going to be lobbying for his guy when he goes back out behind the plate here. Here's another view of the punch-out.
Okay.
Is that the slider outside?
Outside edge, and Owen Boone will march off the hill with his 6th K of the ball game. Well, baseball gods giveth and taketh away, and they didn't give him the strikeout on Castaldo, but gave it to him on Mara. And the gem continues for Owen Boone as Will Genius Alvarado heads back to the hill. A couple people starting to stretch out on either side. Is that Corbin Peters taking a short bullpen down there for the Cardinals?
Yeah, I would think so. At least definitely wants to throw him. I don't know if he'll see him tonight, but you might. If the score holds, you definitely might be in consideration here.
Well, one thing for the Cardinals is if they take a lead into the 7th, 8th, and 9th, they do have a wealth of options right now in the back end.
Yeah.
Peters, Gadget, Hospital. Oh yeah, that guy Rodney.
Yeah.
Soroski's back there.
A lot of options.
They don't have to go too far to find somebody that can set up and somebody that can close. Connor Corey.
Yep.
Could be here all night. And we've been wondering about it a little bit as you get a good look at Josh Williams, the DH for the Cardinals, getting set. Zach Cameron is one of the innings leaders for the Ottawa Titans in the Frontier League.
Not surprised. Not surprised at all. He goes out there and he's been in high demand and probably doing a lot of high leverage situations.
So as much as we would love to see him back with the Hamilton Cardinals, he is succeeding in the Frontier League.
He is, and it's great for him, but it's as a Cardinals fan, you kind of had him penciled in here to be a big part of this thing.
Well, I know you and I talked about it in the offseason of kind of dreaming of what it would be like with Peters and Cameron leading to Rodney.
Yeah.
Well, the Cardinals have found, Caleb Soroski doesn't get a chance maybe if Zach Cameron's here from the start of the season. So Eric Spearin and company have done a magnificent job of really injecting life into this program from the day they took it over, and year over year you've seen the improvements.
Yeah. Just doing some advanced research on Mr. Boone's career strikeout numbers. So if my math's correct, he's at 32 on the season now, so that brings him up to, 452 plus 32?
484.
So we're 16 strikeouts from 500.
Wow. As Alvarado delivers that one outside. Gonna have to talk to Mr. Boone about hopefully accomplishing that on a Friday night before I have to be out for a couple of weeks with a medical issue.
We'll definitely have to get that taken care of. And you just look at the names that he's closing in on here, like guys that. There's guys that used to play Major League Baseball on this list. Kirk Felker, Stefan Strucker, Brett Lawson's in the 500 club.
And how about that? Cardinals had both of them in the same pitching staff as Josh Williams goes down on strikes.
Well, you look down at the Leafs bench, you got Merrick Deska, you got Paul Spargard. They used to pitch for these Leafs. Brad Bissell of the Barry Bay Cats. Some pretty big names in this league.
A who's who of pitching in IBL history.
Then you have that guy, Ron Stead, the Canadian Baseball Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Nobody's ever going to touch that number, mind you, but still.
What's the number?
1231.
Yo. That's a lot of swinging and missing.
That it is.
As Yoelqui Pena looks at a first pitch strike.
A lot of swinging and missing, pitching 9-inning ball games, and then going out there 2 days later and doing the same thing. I don't know how.
What was his shoulder made of?
I'm not sure.
Pena rolls that one on the ground, foul. Pena had an RBI single his first time up. 0-2 now the count. Yeah, you look back at that in baseball history, and some of those pitchers that were able to do that. Now, granted, they may not have been trying to touch 101 on a gun.
No.
But there's something to be said about the ability to keep your arm.
Well, in that kind of shape, even just
Yeah.
not to be killing you, not having to have Tommy John surgery because it didn't exist back then either.
Yeah. Medical advancement, but it is alarming the rate at which.
Well, it's got like it's just
great pitchers are falling to it. Yoelqui Pena, woo, he protested to assure that he did not go around.
Yeah, he did.
We look at the investment that the Arizona, as we take another look at the check swing.
Ooh.
Just barely.
Yeah.
Producer Brendan in our ear saying, Dikembe Mutombo, no.
Yeah.
As this one flied into foul territory, tracking to the fence. And Javier knew that the fence was there. And the bullpen giving him a bit of a hard time on the no catch. I think Javier knew that the fence was coming quickly.
Yep.
As you take another look at it, he doesn't look comfortable here, Neil.
No, he was worried. He's okay, if I reach into this thing, am I going to bounce off it? Am I going to run through it?
Yeah, Alvarado just to look over.
It's like, man, you got to catch that.
Ball two. Javier knew that fence was coming quickly and did everything he could, but he lost the sense of how close he was to that fence. As will Genius Alvarado. And Yoelqui Pena is going to call for time. Alvarado winds, delivers. Ooh, got Pena looking at it on the outside edge.
Bring up Russell Young with 2 away here.
That outside edge has been there for the pitchers, Neil.
That it has been.
And I believe that's 7 Ks now in the ball game for Will Genius Alvarado.
You are correct. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 in the fourth so far. And that one's going to be.
Russell Young put a jolt into that. It was knocked down at second by Lamprea, but not able to corral it. And I believe Young's got his first base hit.
He is. Welcome to the Hamilton Cardinals.
And that'll bring up Tommy Reyes Cruz.
Priya almost got this one. As Alvarado's checking to make sure his second baseman's okay.
And Lamprea with a really great effort to try to get that ball. I mean, he got most of it, was able to keep it from becoming more than just a base hit. Even if he had come up with it clean the way he was moving, Neil, I don't know that he would have had a clean play over to first base.
No. Would have been rather close, even with the catcher running.
1-0 the count to Reyes Cruz. Stepped into the Cardinals lineup on little notice and has really carved himself out a spot as kind of a super utility guy.
That he has. Another guy making the most of his opportunities. As a mystery guest just blew the door open beside us here.
As Reyes Cruz will flare that one back over the grandstand. Anytime you see guys like that who can play multiple positions, who just kind of show up and earn their way into a spot, it reminds me of the Brock star, Brock Holt, who I believe at one point or another played every position for the Red Sox. I remember him pitching, though it wasn't pretty. As Young takes off for second, he'll slide in, and not enough as the bounce past the shortstop won't kick far enough for Young to continue on, but he'll have the steal.
Still on base, and now he's in scoring position for Tommy Reyes-Cruz with 2 away.
If Reyes-Cruz can touch green here, Neil, it could drive home a run.
And it could.
And give Owen Boone a little bit of breathing room. Up! And that'll be flared back foul. Remains 2-2 with 2 away.
That one did not leave the concourse. I think it went off the nest out there. The merged perch.
Yeah, that's really well done out there.
It is. I'm sure that was all Anna's.
84th pitch of the outing coming up for Alvarado.
That's a lot of baseballs already.
And that'll run the count full. Still nobody getting loose in the Maple Leafs bullpen, so you wonder if they need him to go at least 5 here.
I would probably be given what happened the last couple of nights. They had played Tuesday night, they played Wednesday night, and it didn't go so well against Barrie on Wednesday night.
Alvarado delivers a little tapper from Reyes-Cruz. He'll race up the baseline. He's safe at first.
Tommy Reyes-Cruz with an excuse me swing here and gets himself a base hit. Runners now in the corners with 2 away.
And that'll bring Tyler Duncan up. Not the guy you want to see with 2 on.
Alvarado's had Duncan's number so far tonight with a pair of strikeout lookings on the ledger.
I mean, that was almost a bunt from Reyes-Cruz. Like an extended bunt. As Rocky Mountain Thunder.
Trying to figure out what John was doing on his phone beside us here.
He's always got something going on.
Yeah. He's ordering dinner for somebody. I'm like sitting there, you're strolling through the Greek food. I'm going, geez, that looks good.
Oh, this is fantastic. 0-1 to Duncan. Alvarado. Delivered that one high. 1-1.
It's Father's Day. Why isn't your kid ordering you dinner?
Well, I think the excuse for that would be it's not Father's Day till Sunday.
Oh, still, I'm sorry. Why can't Father's Day be a weekend?
It's the thought that counts, right?
Yeah.
Alvarado delivers and Duncan swings through 1-2. Duncan's eyes lit up there. Alvarado trying to get out of the jam with runners on the corners. He will set and deliver. And doesn't get it this time. Remember, Neil, he's got him
both
on
times
a freeze both times.
Yep. Both on the other half. So I'm Duncan here. I'm almost expecting to go out there again and, put a bat on it this time.
As Will Genius Alvarado sets, delivers. Duncan flares it foul.
I feel Jono's pain. I have a 19-year-old that is tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yes, a 19-year-old, a 16-year-old, and then my 2 are, of course, 14 and 10. The 10-year-old is actually just on the other side of the wall here.
I got a 3-year-old in July and a 2-year-old in September. Alvarado delivers, gets Duncan swinging. 3rd strikeout of the game for Alvarado on Duncan, who, as Neil said, has had his number. It remains 1-0 in favor of the Cardinals through 4 full, as we'll head down to field level and Emily Thompson.
Fan? Good, how are you?
And we are ready to put your skills to the test. You have 4 chances to get it. I believe in you. Wait a minute, think that got it?
There's a golf game going on down at field level as Owen Boone starts to get himself loose. Neil, I played golf last week. I could have played just as well with a log.
That was one game I never really took up other than on the computer. Just never could really get into it.
Brendan has been golfing with me, and it's an experience.
I can imagine.
It's a lot of jokes. It's a lot of crying, and that's just me.
As long as you're not breaking clubs or windshields or cars, you're fine.
If you can call what I do golf, like, I mean, I chase a ball around a golf course. I don't know if it's actually golf.
That's why they put you and I in the same cart, buddy.
I've seen Reed putt from about 40 yards out.
Yes.
Does he have the Happy Gilmore putter, or is this an actual legit golf putter?
No.
What's the magic wedge you got?
Oh, the chipper.
There it is. This. Yeah, you got that illegal chipper.
It's not illegal.
I beg to differ.
It's only illegal if you think it is.
Don't you know how serious I am when it comes to my golf game?
Oh yeah, you're real serious there, pal. Brendan and I have gone and played with my brother. He hits it 300 yards off the tee. Brendan and I will be there after about 5 strokes.
I can hit it far. It's not straight.
Oh, I said Chase can hit it far. I didn't say he hit it straight.
Yeah.
His driver makes the straight. It sounds like a shotgun goes off every time he hits it, as that ball turns foul. And it's gone. He has to dial 1 before he swings it so far out there. It's
going to call for operator assistant to retrieve the golf ball.
Well, that's the problem, yeah. As Owen Boone delivers, and that one low. We've played wide open courses where, we're on the 3rd hole, and he's hitting off the fairway on the 6th because he's got to bring it back across.
Fun fact about Chase.
Uh-oh.
Drives right, putts left.
That's right.
He's a goalie, so I think that explains enough right there.
And he uses a 72-degree wedge.
Goodness.
Yeah, he chips backwards.
Yeah. The weather report is saying it's 15 degrees.
Where? Not here.
I call shenanigans.
This is not 15. Maybe it's 15 fans blowing our face.
Hey, we got a correction. 15 was in Toronto, and Hamilton, it's 14.
It's
I still call shenanigans.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm going to tell Jenny, turn the heater on in like the 7th inning.
Yeah, start the car.
Yeah.
The IKEA commercial. Kaleo Shaw gets called out looking. Owen Boone put that one right at the knees. And the gem continues for Owen Boone into the 5th inning.
And now Dennis DeBanning will be the batter.
Dennis DeBanning will stride his way in.
I believe that's 7 for Boone as well. Yep, 7 for Boone.
Yep. Boone and Alvarado going back and forth in the strikeout department.
And our old friend Dennis DeBanning is at the plate here. Already a victim of a Boone strikeout in the 2nd inning, sorry.
Now the difference, Neil, is Alvarado rapidly approaches 100 pitches. Boone has now thrown 49. 41 of them are strikes.
But Boone's always been great at pitch management. Even when he pitched that ridiculous both ends of a doubleheader in a playoff game.
Goodness.
So the game got started on the Thursday night. He started that ball game.
Yep.
They resumed it on the Sunday. He finished off the first game. And then went into, I believe, the 4th inning of game 2.
That's...
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I'm all, like I said, he's spoiled many of my afternoons.
His shoulder is elastic fantastic.
Yes.
As Owen Boone outside, 3-1. Dennis DeBanning working deep into the count here.
And it's got to be hard for pitchers on this kind of weather, too, to stay warm, especially when you're up and down.
Yeah, and as it gets cooler as the night goes on as well. Boone delivers and lost to Banning.
I think it tailed a little far outside. DeBanning knew it, so he took his equipment off, and we'll head down to first with one away.
Spencer Ross will step in.
Ross struck out in the third.
That is just the second walk issued by Owen Boone. And just the third base runner.
Yeah.
We're in the 5th inning.
And we are.
That tells you about how Owen Boone's night is going. As Boone will wind and deliver, and starts Ross off with a strike. You know, sometimes you hear that strategy. You want to take pitchers deep into counts. You want to extend pitch counts. I don't know that that helps you with Owen Boone.
No.
The strike ratio is better than 2-1.
If he knows you're waiting around for a pitch, he's not going to throw it to you. He's going to throw something else that you can get another strike call on.
Gets Ross swinging through that, 0-2.
When his breaking stuff is going, it tails out away from the batters.
Oh, you go right back to opening night. How many batters for Brantford did he get crossed up?
Yeah.
And that wasn't even the best we've seen of Owen Boone. Yeah, right there. That's what I'm talking about. Had Ross doubled over in the batter's box. Crazy eights for the Cardinals starter.
That brings that two away.
Oh, right to the knees. Wow. Oh, Owen Boone is finding. Wow.
Yeah.
He is finding his marks.
Spencer Ross's reaction pretty much says the whole tale of the tape tonight.
Lamprey shoots that one out foul, 0-1.
You walk back to the bench and go, guys, that's not even fair.
46 strikes, 21 balls. Better than a 2-1 ratio. First strike so far tonight for Owen Boone. I think Fernando Rodney just watches him from the dugout and goes, dang, that guy's good.
How's this guy here?
Oh, yeah, no kidding. 0-2 the count. Don't say that too loud, though.
No, exactly.
You say that, somebody all of a sudden plucks him. I think Eric Spearman may come looking for you.
Yeah, no.
There you see Fernando Rodney down in the Cardinals dugout. They're always having a good time down there.
They are. Fernando had some of the birthday attire on Sunday.
Boone got Lamprey looking. 9 strikeouts in the ball game for the Cardinals ace.
9 through 5. A very tidy affair here for Mr. Boone and company.
Wow. That is unbelievable on 69 pitches.
And Russell Young doing such a great job behind the plate tonight.
And Lamprey was asking about it, but he's not going to get any sympathy on that one as the Cardinals take the 1-0 lead into the bottom of the 5th. Can they find a little bit of insurance for their starter?
Insurance is definitely a commodity he needs here. That's for sure.
This young man with the pizza spear is going to run out of room.
Yep.
He's hoping they take Owen Boone out of the game.
Well, then somebody else is going to come up, just keep adding to that spike anyways. We've seen it happen.
Yeah, Corbin Peters is going to go, oh, what was that about strikeouts? Yeah.
Do we have a second spike? That's my question.
They're going to have to invest in one with the way this Cardinals pitching staff is going.
Yeah.
Like, you bring Saldana in here now?
Hits are 4-1 right now in the contest, too. So, Mr. Boone's having quite the night. And, his counterpart, Alvarado, been doing pretty well, too.
Yeah, the only blemish for Will Genius Alvarado is that his pitch count is rapidly approaching a century mark. Other than that, he's been fantastic.
No, exactly. And it's not like they've been hitting the ball really hard against him either.
No.
A couple of bats, they stuck the bat out on. Then you had the little duck snort by Tommy Reyes Cruz. The only difference in the contest right now is that excuse me swing by Pena.
Yeah. Yeah, and as you said, Neil, 2 of the hits against him are those excuse me singles from Pena and Reyes Cruz. He's had a lot of swing and miss stuff so far. Can the Southern Arkansas superstar change it? Brandon Nichols steps in.
The 6th inning here.
Bottom of 5th.
Bottom 5, sorry. I totally had that thing in Duncan in the wrong box.
I've done that.
It's like, why is it looking so weird? Now it makes sense.
Alvarado's breaking ball just kind of floated way out 1-0. Decent pace to the ball game thus far. 92 pitches now for Will Genius Alvarado. Run that inside, 2-0.
Yeah, at least had to use a lot of pitchers on Tuesday and on Wednesday night, so we do have tomorrow off before hosting somebody on Sunday.
Yeah, this may come down to how long can he go. As it's 3-0 to Nickel. There's nobody warming up for the Maple Leafs, so you got to believe, Neil, that Alvarado, for good or bad, is going to have the 5th inning.
Yeah.
We may see from there, but at this pace, there's no way they're going to get somebody up in time.
Especially on a cold night like this.
3-1 the count as Alvarado slides one in on Nickel.
They are standing up down there, but again, they're probably just trying to stay warm.
Exactly.
Of course, we got Cardinals guys in the bullpen laying on the ground. I don't know what's going on.
And Nickel will take the walk. The Cardinals guys have been having a blast down there.
Yeah.
Like, this team is extremely tight-knit.
Yeah.
They have a lot of fun together, and that can really make a big difference.
Especially when they're going on a road swing tomorrow, and they go to Chatham-Kent, they stay overnight in a hotel. They got to play London in the afternoon, so.
There's actually, Nickel almost got caught sneaking a little bit too far off first base. Mara threw it behind him. There's actually a cherry picker for some reason out in right field.
Okay.
Back
past the lights, or
back past the fence. It doesn't look like there's anybody in it,
yeah.
But.
Are they trimming some of the trees out there?
Kikatos puts the bunt down. Mara will pop up, thought about trying second, and instead he'll be happy to take that at first with Kikatos sacrificing along.
Third baseman crept in a little too far there. Nickel almost had a wide open third base there. There was nobody covering third. Kikatos does the job here, gets the sacrifice. Moves Nickel into scoring position for Salazzo.
And perhaps a little bit of small ball here from the Cardinals on a night where runs are at a premium.
Exactly. A 2-spot puts the pressure on the Leafs here, that's for sure.
And 1-0 the count for Alvarado.
There's guys now warming up in a hurry down there, stretching anyways to get legs going.
99 pitches now for Alvarado.
Yep.
This is 100. Delivery and gets it all over the plate to Salazzo, 1-1. .55 strikes, 45 balls for Alvarado. As Alvarado delivers, and Salazzo ripped that foul off the fence.
That's why there's a fence in the dugout.
I was going to say, that might have left a dent in the fence. Because if not, he might have left a dent one of his teammates.
Yep.
1-2 the count to the conductor. As Salazzo sets for it. Alvarado with the look. Checking back at Nickel, who's dancing over at second. Outside edge, got Salazzo looking at it. 2 away.
Both pitchers been able to use that outside edge to their advantage here.
Yeah, that outside edge has been there for both on the night. Jaden Brown, who's got a pair of strikeouts in the ballgame, will step up with Nickel in scoring position.
For the Cardinals, you got to find a way to bring this run home. Sends a couple of messages, tells your starting pitcher Owen Boone, hey, we got you tonight. And of course it also sends a message to the guys on the other side of the diamond, hey, You're going to have to put up a 2-spot here just to tie us.
Yep. Yeah, I got to believe that this is going to be all for Alvarado as he's at 103.
Yeah, and there's somebody actually now throwing down the Leaf bullpen. Haven't got the jacket off yet or anything, but there's somebody throwing.
Brown swings through 0-2. And Nickel again was thinking about getting on a run.
So that, I don't know if you guys saw that foul ball.
Yep.
Hit the viewfinder on that camera there.
No,
Saved our
no.
camera right.
That's why John left in a hurry.
And you know what? Black Magic viewfinder still works.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Takes the licking and keeps on ticking. Well, that's somebody else's.
Send that footage to Black Magic in a hurry. Oh, as will Genius Alvarado again gets himself out of trouble.
He is matching Boone the pitch out for out here.
Strikeout of Jaden Brown. And it remains a 1-0 game as we will return for Cogeco Father's Night here at Bernie Arbor Stadium. Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com. Because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
Who are those guys? Very much so, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You like it?
I'm telling you, that's a hit. Guess I'll see you in the movies.
Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball for the Hamilton Cardinals here on Cable 14. Cards a 1-0 lead over the Toronto Maple Leafs as we set for the top of the 6th inning in a ball game that's moved along at a pretty good pace, Neil.
That it definitely has so far. We're into the 6th inning now, and not a lot of scoring. Not a lot of hits either. But a whole pile of strikeouts on both sides.
Yeah, it's a good thing that pizza spear isn't piling up both pitcher strikeouts because there have been a ton tonight.
You need a second spike for sure. You're working on number 3.
There's Owen Boone looking to add to it. And Ryan Dos Santos looking to put down the bunt to get on base. Boone won't be in time. Dos Santos, well, you got to find a way to get a base runner.
You know, any way you can break out of your funk here. You didn't want to strike out for the 3rd time, so you're Ryan Dos Santos. You go, hey, I'm going to put one down here and force Mr. Boone to get off the mound here and try to get me out himself.
Bunt single.
Leadoff man aboard here to start the 6th inning. Just a second hit for the Maple Leafs.
Second hit and fourth base runner.
Pair of walks mixed into the mix.
With Javier stepping in. Boone delivers, and it went high, 1-0.
Blue Jackets in the car for a reason. It's got. Let's just say it's got a certain football team that doesn't really go well in Hamilton.
Oh no!
It was a gift from somebody.
Well, that's okay. What are you gonna do about that?
Can't say. No, thank you, Mr. Clemens. No.
No, wait, without going too far into it, that's my football team. So I get myself in a lot of trouble around here. The double blue.
Well, I've got that, and I've got the Stampeder gear too. So it's
right.
like, yeah, you can't wear Islanders here.
Well,
I wear them around the office, and that's why Mr. Clemens gave me the other one.
You could get away with the stamps maybe.
Yeah.
The double blue, even I can't I can't pull that off around here.
No. It would look great with the Cardinals red and blue shirts out here tonight.
Yeah,
but
that
no,
is
you
true.
know.
That is true.
But you just can't wear that out here.
Yeah, no, I get myself in trouble. There's the double blue, the black and gold.
It'd be like you running a Red Sox jersey at Yankee Stadium and hoping to live.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'm crazy enough to do that.
No.
I mean, granted, you know, the fence so far in at Yankee Stadium is barely a major league
That's a
park
softball diamond. Who are we kidding?
What are we doing here? Yeah, Yankees fans chirping about that walk-off home run hit at Pesky's pole. It's like, well, at least you have to curl that.
Yeah.
There's some finesse involved.
You got to hook that one.
Yeah.
Yankee Stadium, and just throw the bat out. Here you go.
Yeah, next Yankees fan that tells me there's an advantage to Coors Field. What?
Yeah, okay.
Coors Field?
Yeah.
I don't think so, Tim. Well, and then you get a lot of fans of that team up north around here. So I get the scarlet and gray for the Buckeyes. And people are still looking at me funny. It might just be me. Although technically my boss was a product of that team up north, so I got to be careful.
Boone facing his first real challenge of the evening after the Castaldo double in the second inning. Runners now at first and second. Nobody away. Start the sixth inning here.
And that will bring Moreno in.
And a visit from Luis Bernardo.
And maybe just slow the starting pitcher down here for a second.
Somebody is definitely throwing in a hurry down there.
It's
Peters looks by the looks of it. I thought the lady was selling 50-50 was waving at us. No, she's actually just trying to get people's attention to something. I got no love around here. Jeez.
They love you. What are you talking about? Come on.
I thought she was waving at us. No, she's just trying to keep warm and sell tickets.
Well, you got to do it.
Yep. I almost waved back because I felt bad.
she's doing her job, just like we're doing ours up here, sort of.
There we are.
Corbin Peters is working in a hurry down there. And Luis Bernardo is signaling something down.
So he wanted to know how many more pitches he needs here.
As Luis makes his way back to the Cardinals dugout. Boone to face Moreno.
But the Baby Blues have returned once again.
And gets Moreno swinging at the first one, 0-1. Yeah, the Baby Blues are just fantastic. And the fact that you match it with the pants is just, that is brilliant. You've made the point, Neil, as it gets cooler here. These lights are on and the night rolls at Bernie Arbor Stadium. How does that affect the pitchers? Do they start to get a little tighter?
Well, exactly.
Is that perhaps why we're seeing Corbin Peters getting set for a sixth inning entry? As Boone delivers, Moreno slaps that on the ground. It'll roll past second. Charging around third, trying to make his way home is DeSantos. He'll get there, but the throw has the out at third.
Great throw by Yoki Pena to get the runner going to third. It's a big out.
So an RBI single for Moreno. 1 run scores in Dos Santos, but Javier caught on the advance.
Thrown out 9-5.
And it's a 1-1 ball game, now 1 away.
And Ryan DeSantos was going on first movement really when he realized that Tommy Reyes Cruz did not have a beat on that ball.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting from Moreno to just roll that away from the Cardinals' second baseman. And now with Castaldo batting, Owen Boone could be a ground ball away from getting out of this.
Castaldo is 1 for 1 in the contest, has walked and has that double. Getting an extra base hit in this contest for either team.
2-0 the count. Boone up to 80 pitches. Make that 81. Mara behind Castaldo. Yeah, that'll be 2-1 as Boone fires that one in for a strike.
Castaldo looked like he was taking all the way on that one.
It's a tough spot to be right now if you're Owen Boone. You have been pitching a beauty tonight, but Will Genius Alvarado has scratched and clawed to hold the Cardinals to 1 run. Castaldo taps this on the ground, and that's going to roll foul off the grass.
Castaldo was pleading his case and it went off his body here by the looks of the things. Yeah, he's pointing at his shin guard.
Yeah, looks like he's shaking out his foot or his ankle. In the end, it doesn't make much of a difference.
No, thankfully it went foul, but I can see Castaldo's point. The umpire should have called it dead right off the bat here. Or off the body, anyways.
It did look like it took a weird hop coming out of the batter's box. Hey! Boone gets Castaldo swinging away for the strikeout. 2 away. As Owen Boone continues to just light it up.
I'm really starting to like this guy.
I've got 10 strikeouts for Owen Boone.
You would be correct. I'm really starting to like this guy.
Well, I figured that was going to happen before long.
Oh, yeah.
Boone delivering tomorrow, 0-1.
I'm sure my friends in the Griffin Alumni Association are probably laughing at me going, yeah, okay, whatever, traitor.
Yeah, just shaking their head at you.
Yeah. Do you not remember the pain he caused us so many years after so many years?
It's amazing how a change in jersey can affect the view. As Boone works that in for strike 2. Boone now 1 strike away from getting out of the jam.
But in all seriousness, it's been such a great pleasure to watch him pitch over the years.
And hopefully many more to come. And Boone delivers Mara on the ground. Over to first. Kakatos gloves it. And the Cardinals are out of the inning.
Great job of Kakatos to stay in fair territory when he gloved that baseball, turned around, make sure the umpire saw him in fair, and then raced down to first and get the put out. Gets Boone and company off the field here.
I was trying to keep my eyes on his feet just to be sure that he was going to stay in fair territory. While we get set for the bottom of the 6th inning, let's hear from our friends at Rawlings.
My first professional glove, that's the one I remember the most. When I was coming up, even though it wasn't that long ago, having your name on a glove was a big deal.
I'd love to have my name on my glove.
We should make that happen.
I feel like I'm not good enough for that, though.
No.
I need to be the nameless, faceless left fielder.
Well, Rawlings does have a custom glove program now, so you can go out there and do everything yourself. Might be a good, not a Father's Day gift because it's kind of hard to do that in 2 days, but it might be a, just because gift or, hey, Christmas is coming too.
You're going to have to be teaching the boys, right? So get them out there with the baseball. Dad's going to need a nifty glove for that.
Teach them to be left-handed, and where you go.
Wyatt is. He throws left-handed, everything left-handed.
I like Wyatt. I like him right now. I like him a lot. I've never met him, but I like him a lot.
Well, his mom and I were looking at that, and she's pretty excited about the idea of a lefty pitcher because she's like, well, he doesn't get hit in the head, hopefully. So, as much as she's all right with the whole hockey idea, I think she'd be a big fan of him playing baseball.
I'll start him young.
Oh, that's the plan.
A little T-ball, a little rookie ball.
That's going to be the play.
Or even blast ball before that, just getting used to playing around the baseball diamond.
Well, we got them doing the sport ball gimmick. They play a different sport, just get a little bit of everything, and then we'll
work on the coordination first, and then settle on the discipline.
Yeah.
Get it?
The young one will be lucky if he doesn't end up driving a NASCAR. That seems to be his gimmick. Every time I turn a NASCAR race on, he just sits and stares.
It's like, wow, they like to go fast.
Oh, that's expensive, little guy. Wow.
He must really. Has he seen Lightning McQueen yet? In
Oh
Cars?
yeah.
Okay.
That's his
well,
movie.
That's why. I guarantee that's why. He says, "Whoa, that's the same car Lightning drives."
Yep. Well, especially when William Byron brought the Rainbow Warriors scheme back with the paint splash up the front.
Yeah.
That one looked a little close to Lightning, and he was locked in for that race.
Guarantee it.
I'm all right with it. Both of them like NASCAR, so I'm okay with that.
Perfect way to spend a Sunday afternoon with Dad.
Yeah, there's a race in Mexico City on Father's Day. Figure get the grill going, get the boys. Little NASCAR.
I think we're doing everything tomorrow because Sunday is kind of occupado.
Occupado, yeah. Well, you'll be in your happy place.
Yeah, I'll be in London.
I meant the ballpark, not necessarily.
No. Hey, the Cardinals are playing, so it's okay.
All right.
That's the only reason we do those games. Yeah, the Cardinals are down here, so I can, I don't have to be here. I can be there.
If you're not here, you're there.
Yeah.
Where are we again? As Will Genius Alvarado gets Josh Williams looking. I can't believe Alvarado's still going.
Well, again, like I said, the cupboards might be pretty bare right now, and they got to think about Sunday too. It's very early and it's very cold, so maybe it's hard for some of these guys to even get loose in this.
That's 11 strikeouts for Will Genius Alvarado.
Yoki Pena, who's got the only RBI for the Cardinals, comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout himself.
In a 1-1 ball game that the pitchers have been brilliant in. And Pena got caught going around that time.
I don't remember the last time Tyler Duncan struck out 3 times in a ball game.
I don't know that I've seen it. As Alvarado delivers. Wow, Pena, he wanted to take that one 3 or 4 area codes over.
Alvarado took something off that. Pena was all in front of that one.
He dialed 416. That was, the look on Pena's face. Alvarado delivers, and Pena slaps that one into left center field, carrying back. Calling for it is Sean. He's got it. Had to cover ground quickly. Did Kaleo Shaw.
I thought Ryan DeSantis was about to call him off on that, but Kaleo Shaw was all honored this one.
That's the furthest we've seen either team take a ball in this game.
And we're calling time here. I think everybody's okay out there. It's just lost hats and gloves and whatever else, equipment.
Yeah, Kaleo Shaw he was moving a long way over to get that. Take another look. He just went flying for this. Had a beat on it there. It kept going, and he and DeSantis almost got crossed up.
Lost his hat and lost his glasses. And whatever else is in his back pocket.
Yeah, a bit of a yard sale there. Shaw had to pick everything back up. And that'll bring up the youngster, Russell Young, the newcomer.
1 for 2 in the contest.
Tap that one back foul, 1-1. Top of the 7th inning will be Kaleo Shaw, Dennis DeBanning, and Spencer Ross for the Maple Leafs. Young trying to extend this bottom of 6 for the Cardinals. Alvarado doesn't get the call that time, 2-1. That had to be a tough take there for Young.
That's the catcher's mindset. He knows what the umpire's been calling all night.
Alvarado at 116 pitches.
Oof. He's going to need a bottle of Advil and something a lot stronger on the way home.
How many ice bags can one man put on his shoulder?
Yes,
we may be about to find out.
Let's just see. Well, I remember when Angel Castro pitched for these guys. You come out of the dressing room and he just he's a big guy to begin with, but the ice pack had to be like 3 times the size. It looked like he was hulked up.
Reaching out for it is Young, and it's not going to make it to ground. Lamprey steps in off second, and that is the end of the 6th inning in a 1-1 ball game. We'll roll on to the top of 7, but before we do, it is a big thanks to our friends at Little Caesars, who provide Little Caesars, 280 Queenston Road. I know that one very well. Providing the food for our crew, they are feeding the beast that is Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14.
So is your face on the wall there with the #1 customer yet or no?
It might be.
It just might be?
Yeah, there's the potential there. I don't know if there was a promotion for how much crazy bread one person could eat to get it free,
man.
but I'm pretty sure I could have done it.
Like buy 12, get 1 free or something, like a punch card or something?
I'm telling you. Corbin Peters has entered the ball game. Owen Boone, another brilliant start, goes 6 innings.
He'll get no decision, unfortunately, but yes. Was it for a lack of trying?
No, a bit of a hard luck, no decision. 11 strikeouts in the ball game for Owen Boone. He only had the pair of free passes. Pardon me, I had 10 strikeouts for Owen Boone.
10 strikeouts, 3 hits allowed, 2 walks, only 1 extra base hit. Another brilliant performance by Boone.
Alvarado's working on 11 at this point in the ball game. That's why I got the backwards.
Yeah.
What another pitching duel that we've seen play out just as we did 2 weeks ago on Friday Night Baseball.
Alvarado coming into action that only had 11 strikeouts on the season. He equaled that. Wow. He doubled his output. But yes, his pitch number is pretty high right now. 117 pitches.
So we'll see if he's able to continue going.
There is somebody throwing down there, but they're not moving a lot down there at all.
I mean, at some point, you just can't keep giving him the ball to go back out.
Exactly, because then you just know 1 or 2 things are going to happen. Either he's going to get hurt, or the ball is just going to start getting hit all over the ballpark.
Peters opening up Kaleo Shaw with some heat. 1-0. If the Cardinals are going to have success over the long haul in this season, Corbin Peters is going to be a big part of it, as he just can throw absolute gas. And he'll be charged with helping lead a bullpen that should be amongst the very best in the IBL, Neil, when you look at the options that they'll have down there. 5 innings pitched on the season for Peters. He surrendered just 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and 5 strikeouts.
Well, exactly. And he was one of these guys that, you knew he had the makeup. He just had to find a perfect role for him. And I think they finally have found it for him.
Yeah, he's been pulled in a couple of different directions in his IBL career. From reliever to starter and back again. But we've seen him operating in that somewhere between 6th and 8th inning.
Yeah.
And he seems to excel in that spot. And he got Kaleo Shaw. It looked, yeah, he did.
Yep.
Strikeout for Corbin Peters to open up his appearance.
And that spike is full.
Now with Peters on the hill, there's a good chance they're going to add more.
Going to bring up Dennis DeBanning now. The former Cardinal, the Humber College graduate.
0 for 2 in the ball game. Pardon me.
0 for 1.
0 for 1 with a walk. I got ahead of myself. I was looking at Spencer Rose.
DeBanning chases that one on the other half for Peters for strike 1. I always wonder who's got the advantage in these things. You're so familiar with each other. Does the pitcher have the advantage or does the batter?
It is an interesting question. I don't think it's quite as straightforward as you see in hockey, where usually it's the shooter over the goalie in a situation like this.
Well, in hockey, you just know you shot so many pucks at this guy in practice or whatever else that, okay, well, he does this when somebody comes at him from this angle.
Well, I remember in the 02 Olympics when they hung Cujo out to dry and gave him the Swedish team in the first that had like 4 Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
Gee, do you think they told them where to shoot on him?
Some guy named Sundin and a bunch of his friends,
Yeah, don't know that was a great idea.
No.
But then again, they went on to win the tournament, so what do I know?
I remember eating Cheerios at some really crazy hour back in Nagano.
Oh, Nagano. Oh.
Yeah, that Hasek guy. And Jagger.
Yeah.
And that ultimate thing of watching Gretzky on the bench during the shootout.
The one thing that I never understood about that was why did people criticize the decision to put Ray Bourque in the shootout, the most accurate shooter in NHL history?
Mm-hmm.
That's not the guy I would have criticized putting in there. Stepanek sends this one into right field. Yolki Pena will walk on, and that's 2 away.
I think it's just because they kept going to the shot of Wayne on the bench rather than,
I think I would have shot Wayne third. I wouldn't have let off with him. I wouldn't have kept him in reserve. I think I would have put him right in the meat of the order.
Spencer Ross comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 2. Pair of strikeouts. He's probably happy Boone's out of the lineup.
Yeah, but then you got to face Corbin Peters as he flares this to short. Oh, Brandon Nickel moving to his left. Excuse me. Reaches out and gloves it. And Corbin Peters, quick work in the top of 7. Cardinals are going to get the bats back in their hands. And, Neil, that's exactly what the Cardinals needed out of Corbin Peters.
Well, we got Matt Hitchcock sending me photos, so they have a fire truck on the field.
Who has a fire truck on the field?
The London Majors.
Why do they have a fire truck on the field?
Well, because the Welland Jackfish had a limousine last weekend, so why not have a fire truck on the field? But it is also First Responders Weekend.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, it's First Responders Weekend, and of course they have...
What is happening in this league?
They're out to top each other.
You want to try to top somebody. Friday night, July 4th, there's going to be a wrestling ring somewhere out here.
Great
with
segue.
The Alpha Male Championship on the line.
Mr. Duffy. Great segue.
For Pro Wrestling Night, as Brett Michael David is going to defend the Alpha Male Championship in the ballpark.
But I got to say, the London Majors jerseys do look
amazingly those are sharp. Elite.
Yeah.
Oh, with the white numbers, too.
Yeah, so we could, he listened to the pleas from last year.
That's
the blue camo.
That's chef's kiss.
Well done, Matt. Well done.
That is beautifully done.
And we have a new pitcher on the hill.
As we're admiring jerseys with numbers that we can read.
Yes.
The Toronto Maple Leafs have made a switch.
That they have. Niners starting pitcher is going to factor into the decision tonight, which
is incredible.
Yep.
As just doing my best to get a
21.
look.
I got to read manager Rob Butler's handwriting here, and that's kind of hard to decipher. Sure, he wasn't he was a baseball player after all. So I was supposed to say, sure, he wasn't a doctor in his previous life, but
Tommy Reyes Cruz is going to step in. As I believe that's. Oh, I'm actually not sure who that is. I don't have a 21.
I have a 21 on that card, but I don't think that's right.
As Tommy Reyes Cruz flares this into shallow right, but the catch made. And the oncoming Dennis Stepanek.
Dennis Stepanek denying the hit there. Just goes flat out for it.
So that'll bring up Tyler Duncan. As don't worry, we are working to decipher who the pitcher is.
It's Spencer. That's why I have the last name on the card. That's Sam Spencer.
Sam Spencer?
Sam Spencer.
All right, Sam Spencer it is. I was going to say, I did not have a 21 on the roster that I was looking at. So
He has 2 innings pitched so far on the season. Has 3 strikeouts.
Tyler Duncan sends this one deep. Can it carry fair? It does not. It was out of the ballpark, but just bent foul.
And Spencer will go back to work here with a 1-1 count on Duncan. After Duncan retrieves his bat from the grass here.
Oh, Neil, I thought that one was out.
The wind, unfortunately, yet again, is blowing the wrong direction. No help. It kept it in the ballpark. If anything, it pushed it foul.
Just barely. Spencer gets Duncan swinging at that 1-2.
And that's Justin Mara going, okay, yeah, Duncan got something up in the wheelhouse last time, so let's put it low and away here.
Yeah, don't give him anything that he can turn on. And send out of here. Spencer delivers low. And that's a ball. Bit of a different throwing mechanic here for Sam Spencer. Duncan tattoos this one to left field. Tracking to the wall. That's going to land down. Duncan on his horse. Carrying on for second. He'll slide in with a 1-out double.
Not a home run, but the next best thing, a 2-base double for Duncan. And the Cardinals are rolling here in the 7th with 1 away.
An opportunity knocking for Brandon Nickel. Two hard hit balls in that at bat for Tyler Duncan. First one just hooked foul. That one over the head of Dos Santos and off the wall. Dos Santos with a real nice turn though as he collected that off the wall. Spencer delivers that low and outside. Ball 1 to Nickel. 1-0 the count. Nickel hammers it. Back to the wall. Gone. The Southern Arkansas superstar. A 2-run shot into the Hamilton night.
Brandon Nickel gets all of that one down the line here, and Justin Mara is arguing to no avail with the umpires and trying to point to it was a foul ball, but it stayed fair and it cleared the fence.
Brandon Nickel got every bit of that. And it's a 3-1 Cardinals lead. Nico Kakatos will follow that up as Tyler Duncan got it going with the double, and that's what they've been looking for all night, Neil. Get one on, get one over the fence.
Somebody to light the spark.
And now Kakatos puts a charge into it, falling fast in center field. Did he catch that?
Wow.
Kaleo Shaw. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
We got to watch the replay of this one. All I saw was something pop out behind him. I thought that was the baseball, but I think it's just his hardware from his back pocket again.
How in the world did Kaleo Shaw come up with this ball? Oh!
Wow.
Turned it over backhanded. Oh, amazing. He didn't break his wrist. Salazzo steps in.
They got themselves a good one in the center field.
2 away, but only because Kaleo Shaw just stole what could have been extra bases from Nico Kakatos. Well, Jonathan Salazzo saw something he liked there.
If it gets behind him, it's probably an inside the park.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody else out there to get out and go after that baseball.
Well, I thought the same thing as you, Neil, when I saw it. Maybe it was the white of his shoes came up behind him. I thought the ball went through him, and you're right. If that got past him, Kakatos is probably coming around. Salazzo hammers this. Left center field. Settling under it, though, is Dos Santos, and that'll retire the side.
Cardinals putting some balls in the air in this inning, getting a pair of runs to take the lead, but could have been a lot worse.
A little bit of mustard on it from Salazzo, but not enough. Will hit the break. The Cardinals on the Brandon Nickel 2-run shot. Lead 3-1 as we head to the 8th on Cable 14.
I see your help wanted sign.
We welcome you back to Hamilton Cardinals Friday Night Baseball on Cable 14. The sirens in the building have sounded. That means the doctor is in as Stephen Hospital takes the hill for the top of the 8th.
Hospital not taking new patients, looking to get through this one 3 up, 3 down. They give the
7 with Tyler Duncan on. That has vaulted the Cardinals back to the lead. Corbin Peters, a clean inning, turns it over to the doc. And can Stephen Hospital, the Niagara University product, continue what's been a good start to the season for him?
And it has been. And we got to go to the out-of-town scoreboard one more time out here, too. The London Majors still leading that one 5-1. In another league, in Frontier League news, the Ottawa Titans winning 1-0 in 10 innings tonight. Caden Cardoso with a pair of hits, and Noel McGarry Doyle 1 for 3 with a walk as well. So 2 former IBLers now with the Titans getting an opportunity to play tonight.
Did we not just see McGarry Doyle there 2 weeks ago?
We did.
That changed fast.
It did. It did. Great to see both guys getting opportunities.
Yeah, congratulations to Caden Cardoso and Noel McGarry Doyle. Had to think with the season that Cardoso had last year, he was going to get a long look.
Yeah.
Stephen Hospital's university teammate, Zach Cameron, they arrived with the Cardinals together last season. Between the two of them, they set records at Niagara University.
Yeah. Setup man and the closer.
And this one is skied.
And the bullpen's bailing out.
Yeah. Trying to track over for the ball there to no avail.
Well, they're definitely warmed up now. They moved.
That's Brandon Daly, it looks like, is taking over in left field.
For Jalen Brown.
Looked quickly. I thought, that's not Jaden Brown.
And thanks for Sam McCoy for the heads up on the Ottawa Titans score.
Yeah, great to see some IBLers getting an opportunity with the Titans. I'd love to see a day where the IBL becomes one of those affiliated leagues.
I think we're not far from that.
I got to agree with you. The talent level certainly dictates that should be coming as Stephen Hospital is going to sit him down on strikes. As that was McInnes who stepped in for Lamprey, who gets retired by Stephen Hospital. Too many changes to open the inning.
Is that your Windows or my Windows that just dinged?
No, I'm using a Mac.
Okay, so it's not your Windows then. Somebody's Windows just dinged.
If it's my Windows, I got a real problem.
Yeah. I want to get the folks from Apple on the phone.
I got more problems than I thought I had. As Ryan Dos Santos steps in, 0-1. Dos Santos is the man who came around to score. Ooh, where did that one miss? In the top of the 6th inning.
Yep.
To tie this ball game.
Came into action tonight, 9 for 41. 2 home runs, 8 RBIs.
And the picture-perfect leadoff man with his speed. You blink, he'll take a base or two.
You look down, he's going to take a base. Never mind.
Long leg kick on the delivery from the dock, and that one will run inside. And this is going to be interesting for Russell Young. Handled Owen Boone tremendously to open this ball game for the first 6 innings. Great with Corbin Peters. Now with Stephen Hospital, can he continue this great work behind the plate so far tonight as Dos Santos bangs that off the foul fence? I mean, we've been talking about it all night, Neil. Russell Young just got here, and he looks like he's been with these pitchers for weeks.
Well, exactly. You've done a great job tonight.
Of course, it can't hurt to have Luis Bernardo as part of your coaches.
Yeah.
Doctor ran that one inside. That's going to take the count full, 3-2.
Would not be surprised if some Liger shit has to be sent Jason McKay's way after this one, after this season.
Yeah, we'll see how it turns out with Young and Saldana coming over from the Jackfish. Oh, Stephen Hospital brings the heat. Back-to-back Ks. Enrique Saldana arriving, Russell Young arriving, and Carlos Dominguez, who I'm very excited to see. Former Mets farmhand. John Javier will step in. His 4th at bat of the ball game. Grounded out twice and walked. He's the man who got gunned out in that beautiful outfield assist from Yoki Pena.
Yep. His average is going to drop a little bit more realistically tonight. Not a lot, but it's no longer 481.
Well, that's just otherworldly. Javier will sky this. Tyler Duncan carries in, and 1, 2, 3 they go.
The wind is definitely being a huge factor in these later stages here. That one, Duncan had to keep chasing down here. Almost caught it where the shortstop usually is.
I believe the doctor is out as Stephen Hospital works a 1-2-3 inning, and he will turn over what right now is a save opportunity for the Cardinals. We'll see who will take the 9th inning as Sam Spencer, Neil, looks like he's going to step back in here for the Toronto Maple Leafs from the bottom of 8.
Spencer back on the hill to start the 8th anyways. There is some people, I don't know if they're actually throwing down there or just playing catch. Does look like Ayami Sato is down there. Yeah, she's down there getting loose by the looks of it here on the right side.
So we may see Sato if Sam Spencer struggles in this inning. Meanwhile, it's a save situation, and guess who is starting to loosen up?
Down there, yes. Pair of legends on both sides in the bullpen. What a great night.
Well, turn your cap sideways, perhaps, for the top of 9.
Yep. If he were wearing a cap.
Well, fair enough. Kind of wish I'd been wearing a toque tonight.
Yeah, a toque and a
parka, maybe.
Yeah. Here we were making fun of people wearing parkas earlier tonight. Well, yeah, joke's on us.
No kidding.
And we can't forget Charlotte's birthday. There it is, of course, yes.
Ah, there's the blanket.
Yep.
Charlotte is smarter than us.
Yep.
Look at that. She got a pair of blankets. Having fun, big smile. Sour Patch Kids.
There you go.
Oh.
Don't let Mr. Duncan see those.
I think she'd be happy to share with
I'm pretty
Tyler
sure
Duncan.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Oh, we just found out that those were a gift from Tyler for Charlotte. Of course they were.
Yep. I keep meaning to get Tyler. We're going to have to make a segment called Sour Ones. I don't do sour candy well, so you just get better reactions. You have to put the camera in my face here, and I'll try to ask questions while trying not to lose my faculties. You don't need hot ones, just sour ones. There we go.
Brandon Daly will ground out to short.
It's going to happen now, isn't it?
I think so. As Spencer Ross delivers it across the diamond. 6-3. Josh Williams will step in. Sour ones. I would like to be involved in that. I love Sour Patch Kids.
All right, you guys can both have fun at my expense. I'll sit in the middle. You guys can just watch me lose my face.
I'll bring a big bag of the Rocket Pop ones. Those are whoa, the Costco special. You got to go and get the really big bags.
Oh, I know, Jenny. I get the really big bags, and Jenny and company go through them pretty darn fast. I'm like, you guys ate them all? Like, where'd they go?
I'm lucky that it's just Celine who will raid my candy. I don't have to worry about the boys yet. They're not.
Yeah.
I had a Costco hot dog for lunch today.
How was it?
It's delicious. You burp it for about 6 days after, but it reminds you how good it is. For $1.50, man.
Oh, you can't beat the price.
And a pop. Like, come on.
Now, you got to be careful here because in the ballpark, they got the Denninger's hot dogs, which there's just no...
There's no comparison.
No,
there isn't.
There isn't anything else like Denninger's. But when you're on the run and looking for a lunch, Brendan, the Costco hot dog.
Yeah. I went in, picked up a new cooler for my beer, and got a hot dog. So I'm the epitome of health.
There you go.
I've played beer league hockey with you, my friend. So I know how well that cooler needs to be in shape.
Oh, if we're talking about a hockey game, I throw a lot of pizzas up the middle. So.
Yeah, well, that's why we were together, you and me both.
Hey, we went on a, remember? Well, I scored 55 from.
That's right.
From 77.
That's right.
No one ever expected to see that on a score sheet.
My defense partner was in front of the net for some reason. Yeah. I don't even remember where. I just remember shooting the puck. I don't even remember where I was or why I had it.
You were on the center of the blue line. I didn't want to stop because when you stop, you got to start again.
As Yoki Pena rips this one into right field. So I was actually where I was supposed to be for once.
Yeah. And like I said, epitome of health, stops and starts aren't my thing. Big turns. And I just ended up in front of the net and you shot it and I tipped it.
Yeah, I do remember on that play there was some sort of weird rotation and I looked up and you were gone. Wait a minute. What's he doing in front of the net?
Yeah, back checking's not my thing.
Hey, it worked out, man. That's why you have me, though. The one thing that I can still do is skate. I can't do anything else, but...
I play a way more aggressive game when I've got a skating partner, yes, that's for sure. Someone who can cover me.
I can move. I can't do anything else, but I can move. Generally, I just run away from trouble, but, you know. As this one is lifted out foul by Russell Young. Brendan, how's the crew doing downstairs? This is the second straight Friday I've done that we've had pretty good pace to a ball game. Spencer delivers, and up to second, it's scooting in as Yoki Pena.
I didn't even know. Sorry.
No, I think we lost Brendan there.
I think we lost Brendan.
And dropped an F-bomb.
Of course, my phone blowing up after we called it sour ones. People are offering to make the graphics already. Jeez. And suggesting other guests. So, yes.
There we go. Up the middle. Young trying to beat it out. Not going to have the time. Ross delivers over to Castaldo. That's 3 away. And at the end of 8 with the Cardinals up 3-1, we want to extend our thank you to our friends at TS Media. All of these shots that you see, they were responsible for. Media Day for the Cardinals. Unbelievable work from Maddie, Storm, Justin, Brianna, the entire team at TS Media, who bring you these incredible looks of your Hamilton Cardinals.
It's such a great job, and the outtakes are fantastic too. Guys having a lot of fun with it.
Well, I'm privileged that over time I've worked with Matty Gallant, and a lot of folks will know his name. He's the great video editor for the Brantford Bulldogs. Storm Harding, who I've worked with for years. Justin Ishmael I've worked with for years. Brianna's tremendous at what she does. That whole team at TS Media, above and beyond. There you go.
One legend coming onto the field, the other one coming down from the bullpen to get a closer look at this as well.
Tilt the cap. Fernando Rodney into the ball game.
Man, he looks good in that blue uniform.
The World Series champion takes the hill for the Cardinals. His IBL career got off to a a little bit of a bumpy start, but Neil, you knew it was just a matter of time, and Fernando Rodney has game by game.
Nervous.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. It was just the crowd, you know, I guess the hype and everything else got the better of him. Which just tells me he's human after all, and he feels things like we do.
Well, absolutely. And, there was so much excitement for his debut in the IBL, and even in the bit of a weird one with the Brantford Red Sox. He ended up getting the win in that ball game, but we have since seen what Fernando Rodney can do.
That we have.
Now, keep in mind, even in that game against the Red Sox, he twice had them down to their final strike.
He did, and just unfortunately, hats off to Tim Holick, man, who's now actually with the Ottawa Titans, no less. He had a home run in his first contest, his first taste of the Frontier League. So, it wasn't against a bad player here. It's not like...
No, Tim Holick, no joke. Yeah, he very quickly got the call to the Frontier League, and he's making a name for himself there, as it'll be Moreno to step in first to face the legendary Fernando Rodney.
The dangerous part of this Maple Leaf lineup that's already pretty stacked.
Moreno, Castaldo, Mara to face one of the greatest relief pitchers of all time. A man who made a living closing out ball games, and he'll open up Moreno with a first pitch strike.
Moreno thought about chasing that one and just held back.
And this is the guy that the fans were gutting out the cold waiting for, in Fernando Rodney to take the hill 1-1. 2-run lead to work with. Rodney delivers. Moreno on the ground. Reyes Cruz secures. One away. Took him 3 pitches.
I'm going to bring up Jordan Castaldo, who is 1 for 2 in the contest, has a walk and a double.
Wait a
Actually
minute.
got a pinch hitter.
Go, Jordan. Nope, it's Castaldo.
I'm like, what are you doing to me here? There's 2 guys going to the bat here. That's one way to try to beat us.
Kaleo Shaw was going up to get the bat while Jordan Castaldo was walking his way to the batter's box. I don't know.
Dang it, Duffy, don't mess me up.
I'm not sure that I've seen that happen.
No. I'm just trying to help a teammate out with the bat. Here, I'll get your bat for you.
Yeah, meanwhile, Castaldo's making his walk in, and I'm going, well, hold on a minute. Did Shaw jump the gun here? He's behind Mara.
Yeah. I really like that bat.
First pitch strike to Castaldo. Could sneak that one back in. Russell Young gave it his best effort. How about Russell Young behind the plate tonight?
Great job. He's going to call home to BC and go, yeah, Mom, Dad, I caught a major leaguer tonight.
Yeah, that's got to be pretty special.
And an IBL legend.
1-2 the count. Yeah, your first night in the IBL. Owen Boone, Corbin Peters, Stephen Hospital, Fernando Rodney.
Yeah.
Pretty good lineup of pitchers. Just got a good look at the young man behind the plate for the Cardinals tonight. And picked up his first IBL hit and stolen base in the ballgame.
Yep.
He's 2-2 the count. Justin Mara behind Jordan Castaldo. Kaleo Shaw if one of them should reach. Rodney delivers. Castaldo skies it foul. Heads up. There it is.
Yep, there it is. This is not the car alarm one that used to drive me up the wall.
Boy, yeah, and everybody's just looking out there.
Is it my car?
I'm nowhere near that tonight.
We're on the lawn, underneath the trees. That's not where we had to park.
I'm across the street.
Yeah. I'm sure by the time I get out there, it's going to be front door servers, but that's beside the point. I'm sure Jenny and Sam have gone inside the car to warmer confines.
Got to get warm. Got to get warm.
Come on, Jordan.
It has been a chilly night, an oddly chilly night for the middle of June. And Jordan Castaldo goes down swinging. Rodney wins the battle. Last out now for the Maple Leafs, down 2. And Jonathan Salazzo with the near mound delivery of the baseball back to Fernando Rodney.
Hand delivered it.
How about that? An IBL legend delivering the ball to a MLB legend.
Didn't have that on my bingo card at the beginning of last year, that's for sure.
That's pretty cool. And Rodney starts off Morrow with a strike. I think it's safe to say that Fernando Rodney is feeling it.
I think he is.
That one will run outside. Young does a nice job to stab it down, 1-1. That's off to Corbin Peters and Stephen Hospital, who delivered this ball game to the hands of Fernando Rodney. And Rodney again just outside.
They're definitely trying to pitch Morrow away here. I'm sure everybody has told him what he can do with the bat.
Would have had to. Rodney delivers. Strike 2. Maple Leafs down to their last strike.
Morrow looked like he got crossed up on that one.
Fernando Rodney. Chance to close this one out right here. What he's done countless times at the next level. Got him swinging. Fernando Rodney sends the arrow to the sky and sends the Cardinals to the win column. It's a 3-1 Hamilton victory. The legend gets it done again.
Just an outstanding performance by the pitching staff all night tonight. Cardinals didn't get a lot of hits, but you know, they helped them out, but they got the ones they needed.
Cardinals pitchers combined for 15 strikeouts in this ball game. Gave up just 3 hits and 2 walks, Neil.
Yeah.
That's tremendous from this Cardinals group.
That's how you rebound after a really rough night in Welland. You come out here and you, as a pitching staff, to a man, go out there and you collectively say, hey, we're not giving up these ones tonight.
And really, it was 2 innings that got away from them in Welland.
Yeah.
And it feels like the Cardinals have been closer than ever in terms of being in that upper echelon, and that the 2 games that they've lost to the Welland Jackfish, 2 innings have really been the difference.
Yeah.
As there you see Fernando Rodney getting that last strike.
Mary was guessing something higher up in the zone, and it just the bottom broke out, and there's the arrow once again.
And it couldn't be a better spot to do it than on Father's Day weekend for Fernando Rodney.
He knows where the camera is.
What a character. That's why you go out and bring a guy like that in for what he can do for this clubhouse and this team. Fernando Rodney is a special player. You read up on the history of Fernando Rodney as well, Neil. Every teammate he's ever had raves about him.
Oh, exactly.
And I don't think he's turned down an autograph from a fan yet.
No. Where's he going? Down to the bullpen to throw more pen over here? What's he doing? It's just...
Or is he getting his, maybe he's getting his stuff. I don't know. If I was in a bullpen with Fernando Rodney, I'd probably be asking him if he needed somebody to go get his stuff.
Yeah, like, hey, can we go get it for you? Like, come on.
Can I help you out, Fernando? What do you need?
Yeah.
You let me know. Still surreal to see him walking Bernie Arbor Stadium in a Cardinals uniform.
Yeah, that's what it was. He was going down with his sweater and everything else.
Imagine what having that guy does for this entire pitching staff.
Well, exactly. Like you have a question about anything, situations, anything like that. He's probably the guy, as long as you can go ask him about it. Like, he probably will tell you stories about guys he's had to face at that level.
Yeah, you can ask him about everybody.
Mm-hmm. I just want him to show me that card Major League Baseball gives you once you have the years of service and you get that lifetime gold card. I just want to see it.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, look at the way his teammates react to him as he's walking back down towards the dugout as well. As down at field level, I believe we've got the Cardinals player of the game, the Southern Arkansas superstar, Brandon Nicholas, along with us. Brandon, you came up big tonight for your team. Tyler Duncan in the bottom of 7 gets on with the double. You step up and hammer that thing into the Hamilton night. What was that feeling like?
It's a great feeling to finally come out here and actually get one good and give the boys a lead and get a win.
You know, we've talked up here a lot, Neil and I, Brandon, about the differences in coming to the IBL. What's the adjustment period been like for you?
I think mainly it's just understanding pitchers, how they pitch. You know, they're a lot more experienced and a lot older, so it's just trying to get good pitches and get myself in good counts and get good swings off.
Obviously, everybody that's a baseball fan has enjoyed seeing Fernando Rodney put on a Cardinals jersey. A rookie in your case, what's it like seeing him go out and take the hill to close the game out?
It's the best. You know, I remember watching him on TV, going to Safeco, watching him pitch. He's just the best. He knows what he's doing out there, and it's great to play behind him.
Brandon, as you're new here, what's your experience been like in Hamilton so far? How are you liking it?
I love Hamilton so far. It's been a great adjustment. I made quick adjustment. Teammates are great. Everything's great. I love it here.
And that's where I wanted to close this one out, because when you rocketed that one over the left field wall, your teammates were up and out of the dugout instantly. This team has come together really fast. What's it like with this group?
Yeah, I think we've struggled a little bit hitting-wise, but I think we're about to catch our stride here, and we're looking forward to a big weekend, a couple more wins, hopefully.
Brandon, congratulations on the win tonight. Congratulations on the home run. Go down to the clubhouse there and get to celebrating with your teammates.
Thank you very much. Go Cards.
Oh, thank you. As Brandon Nickel, he is fitting right in with this Cardinals crew, Neil. He's done a great job in stepping in.
No question he has been, and, you know, that's why they went out and got him. It's just as far as I think he gives us another option. He can play second base. He can play shortstop. He can play third. Sometimes I wouldn't be surprised if he plays first at some point, too, just because, again, he just wants to stay in this lineup.
Well, the Cardinals will add a couple more by the time you see them back in this ballpark. Enrique Saldana will join. Carlos Dominguez will join. This team gets deeper and more talented. And, Neil, this is a team, they were serious when Eric Spearin was talking about we want to challenge the top in the IBL. They're going for it.
Oh, exactly. I think Wednesday night in Welland and everything else didn't go the way they wanted to, and they adjusted things. And I think those adjustments are going to start paying off in the long term very shortly.
Cardinals have 2 more this weekend. We'll get you back here next Friday night when the Cardinals return to Burning Arbor Stadium. But for now, a 3-1 victory. Owen Boone started it. Fernando Rodney capped it. Brandon Nickel